so at least you guys will still have 4 players. So that is good enough. All right. So we got a new player joining us today as well. Welcome, Lord Stark.
Hello.
King of the North.
Hey.
Hey, yeah.
And we'll be introducing his character straight away. Recap of last session. You guys have made your way from Nightstone to travel up the Sword Coast to deliver news of the death of loved ones to various locations. You have a quest in Bryn Shander, the capital of Icewind Dale. Morak, the dwarf, the one that seemed to be the voice of the people of Nightstone after the attack, told you that his neighbor and also your I guess father figure's friend as well, Thomas, was killed in the giant attack, and she had no family in Nightstone, but she spoke about her brother Markin, who was the sheriff of Bryn Shander, and Morak has asked you guys to deliver the news. Bad news of Samil's passing. Also, your fatherly figure, Trell, Thomas, was also killed during the giant attack. And you recall that he had a son who lives in Goldenfield, and you think you would want his son Miros to know what has happened. And there is also a quest in Tribor in which Lily's cousin was eaten by giant rats quite horribly in the Dripping Caves, and Darthag ran the Lion Shield Costa, and his ex-wife has a similar trading post in Tribor, so Lily wants to travel to Tribor to deliver the sad news of Darthag's passing. Her name is Alestra Algor. So I've actually just updated this icon for where current quests are to this blue ring because it looks a bit nicer. So whenever you see these runes, this ring of runes, it's where you have some business. Bryn Shander, the capital of Icewind Dale, or at last, where there is said to be frost giants. Tribor, Golden Fields, and this represents your token, or this token represents your location on the map. You guys are halfway between Waterdeep and Nightstone. Not only that, Morak told you that he was ignoring these augurs that he was getting, these visions, these dreams, which turned out to actually be premonitions of giants basically tearing up the land, with several prophecies. He told you about a cloud giant wizard that had taken the Nightstone, and he's planning to use it as the material component for a world-shattering spell. A fire giant duchess who's been paying hobgoblin warlords to raise settlements. Frost giant Jarl that's using an orb of dragonkind to lure dragons to an iceberg fortress to be slaughtered. Stone giant Thane that's trying to awaken the Tarask, no big deal, slumbers in the Underdark. And a hill giant chief that is exceptionally intelligent because he uses a headband of intellect and uses it to perform rituals and transform people into pigs. So you do know that this obsidian rock, the Nightstone, was taken from the village. So this was sort of the turning point for Morak, where he became a believer. So if that is to go by, and it's very possible that these other events are going to take place, or they have already. So keep your eye out. Watch the skies for a flying Tarask. So you guys were just making a journey up the coast here. 2-day journey from Nightstone to Waterdeep, roughly by horseback. Gonna say if you're on a horse, you'll go 50 miles a day. However, that will put a bit of strain on the horses, and if you travel for a week, they're gonna need like 2 or 3 days rest. That seems reasonable pace for a horse. So, upon heading to Waterdeep, you guys were attacked by bandits on the road, and you killed them and took their horses. So that made your journey a little bit quicker. And you on the first night of travel, you started looking for somewhere to rest. And you'd met a halfling on the road that told you that he's fleeing the area to the north of Waterdeep. He's actually a North Furrowlander. North Furrow is like a road that extends from Waterdeep to Golden Fields, and there are dozens of halfling settlements around that area. Probably say that that is where your character is from, Lord Stark. And
All right.
your character. Can you also change your screen name, please? Just so everyone can learn your character's name. And that's like the first name from the Player's Handbook's list of names.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of Anders. Alrighty. So, yeah, maybe you could be from that area. And North Furrow. Heaps of halfling settlements in that area. And, you know, it's near the Waterdeep Forest. It's just the Desern River that cuts through that area. So, yeah, he was headed from that area and told you guys that, like, hill giants were raising the land. They're, like, snatching up livestock. And he was actually going to, like, leave the north altogether. He didn't want to have to deal with it. He was even saying that some of the hill giants were just, like, popping halflings in their mouths, just swallowing them whole, like a little snack. So he's, like, heading off south all the way to the distant land of Am to start a new life. And he also told you that one of these hill giants has been, like, holed up in an old tower nearby, and you could hear her wailing. So you guys went to investigate, and you'd found a hill giant taking up residence there that was saying that her husband was taken by this hill giant chief, Chief Ga, and that she's not big enough and fat enough to appease her husband anymore. So that's why that he went with the hill giant chieftain. Now, she was quite temperamental and demanded that you guys get her food, maybe like that you feed her one of the horses. You guys didn't agree with that, and then she sort of pretty aggressively attacked you guys, was fought and killed, and then you guys nestled up in this old tower to rest. So as you guys wake up the next morning, you should all be long rested, and you've made your way here to you've been tracking this hill giant, and you've just, you know, followed these massive footprints in the ground up into this location where you stand now. And before you, there's a crumbling old tower. It's top a hill. It has parts of its conical roof missing. The outer shell has fallen inward. A massive hole above this tower. It's just a stone edifice. And you can see a large boulder blocking the entrance, but it's been actually pushed to the side. And there are 6 horses just stationed out the front. As you actually approach, this flying cat, a winged cat, starts meowing and flying around about 30 feet in the air. Meow, meow, meow. Hissing, and it's sort of eyeing your snake. It's just doing circles around you. And make me an animal handling check.
All right.
All right,
Great way to start.
the Tressum really doesn't take a liking to hisses and then flies back into the tower. And as everyone else in the tower is getting ready, sharpening their weapons, gathering their gear, Zella comes in and starts hissing and screeching. Meow! Sort of raising, arching her back up, her claws extended. And what do you guys do inside the tower when you see Zella coming in all distressed?
Zella, what's your deal? What the hell?
Zella
I
continues
believe there's
to
something
hiss.
outside.
Take a look outside.
Let's take a look.
Hey guys, it's another one of those hobbits.
Hello? Anybody home?
Who goes there?
My name is Ander. Giant Slayer. Pleasure to meet you.
What's up?
Do I see this giant dead?
Yes, you see a
missed
female
the
hill
battle.
giant just covered in this gross-looking brown substance, her own feces, and yeah, she's just sort of rotting away there. She looks like she's only been killed recently, laying on the ground in front of this tower. flies are starting to buzz around her, and you see a couple of vultures, small vultures, circling overhead.
Well, I have been sent by my village to track this giant. I'll kill it. It seems that it's already done. So it was a pleasure to meet you guys. Now I'm gonna go back.
Okay, bye.
Interesting.
Are there more giants around here?
Well, we suppose so. There's been reports of them doing different things, and that hill giant said that there was a chieftain nearby.
Have to continue tracking.
As you guys convene with one another, let's do a quick character description for everyone so we can get acquainted. We'll start off with Thomas.
Thomas is a late teen, 17, 18-year-old human wearing jeans and a t-shirt and a leather jacket.
Very, very strangely dressed. And
You get
standing,
used to it.
yeah, just try not to stand next to him too much. We have Than.
Than is a youngish elf with very pale skin, gray eyes, dark hair. He has a short sword at his side, a shield with a dove on it, and a necklace with a dove on it.
And hiding around the corner, we have Roderick.
Yep. Roderick is a pretty typical looking dwarf. He's got red hair, he's sort of a big red beard, kind of middle-age-ish for a dwarf. Yeah.
Alright, there's also Lily, Dukebox, and Norin, none of which are here today. At the moment, I'm just actually going to say that they're off just gathering some breakfast for you guys. Norin is leading them on a hunt. So they're not here at the moment. But they will be traveling with you guys, and then they'll probably split up with you guys when you hit Waterdeep to explain what their characters are doing. Just presume they're around somewhere in the vicinity. And as you guys look over, you see Ander.
So Ander, is a halfling from nearby area. He's actually a rancher, a cattle rancher. One day, one of the giants, like a month ago, showed up in the ranch and started trying to snatch his cows and whatnot. So he stood up to it, not thinking very straight, and somehow the giant ran away in fear, panicking, tumbled over a rock, and broke his neck. So he basically died. And the town folks thinks that he killed him, and he's bragging about it and all that stuff. That giant was actually really afraid of snakes, so he got lucky. He was afraid of snake, and because of that, the town folk now believe he's a savior and send him to a quest by himself to get rid of all the giants in the area. So that's why he's here.
Okay.
And also, I picked this token for your snake. It's got a few different colors: black, yellows, and reds. Red underbelly, poisonous bite. Probably bigger than you as well, Anders. If you
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
actually bigger than me, probably.
Actually, I think
It
you
is.
could
It's a
ride
medium
it.
size.
You can actually ride it.
Can I?
Yeah, if it's medium, you can.
Not sure. Like, if I can, I will.
You could use it as a mount. You ride on the back of it. If you are doing that, I'll just like probably enlarge its token, so you can like sort of see underneath it, and then that if you're riding it, and then it can act independently, or you can control it as a mount. You have a special bond with it, so it'll do exactly whatever you command it to do.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so I hear that definitely there are more giants in this area, and and there is obviously one dead giant here.
Well, guess I had to continue on. What am I gonna do? Can't go back to my town.
Well, were we
Join
gonna
us.
were we
Join
gonna
us
go
in
straight to
hunting
Waterdeep, or were we
giants.
gonna hunt more giants?
Guess I have to go. Safety number, all that.
I think we're going straight to Waterdeep because Waterdeep's like real close compared to everything else, as far as I know.
But I mean, we heard there was somebody close, right? A chieftain that was.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we really got directions.
No, she didn't give you guys directions before you killed her. Now, Ander, so being a North Furrower, there are actually constantly wagons laden with food making their way south from Golden Fields, which is like a farming city, to Waterdeep, delivering food and harvest. And so full wagons will make their way south to Waterdeep, and then empty wagons will head their way north to Golden Fields to fetch more bounty. And after a harvest, there's always heavy traffic, and that is this situation was when the hill giants attacked. They basically did a snatch and grab. There was just like a massive wagons of potatoes, meats, corn, carrots, turnips, just hundreds and hundreds, thousands of pounds of fresh foods being delivered to Waterdeep because it's harvest season at the moment. And yeah, these hill giants, they just ran in, started like knocking guards off their horses and like just picking up the wagons whole and just running off with them somewhere towards the east. There are heaps of halfling and human cottages and farmsteads on both sides of this trail, and the folk there are quite humble. And although there are usually some heavy guard from the city that escort these wagons, they were no match for the strength of these hill giants, 8 to 10 feet tall, or even larger. Some of them 12 feet tall, bulbous giants, just knocked over a horse with a single backhand, breaking their necks. The guards falling to the ground and lifting the entire 500 pounds worth of vegetables off and running off with them. They didn't really attack anyone. They seem to be only interested in the food rather than just ruthless killing. But obviously this is a bad problem for the area.
Well, I'll tell the rest of the group all the information I know. Follow the lead. I'm actually not in a rush to fight this giant. Just buying my time.
So, do you introduce yourself as the Giant Slayer, or do you? Actually,
Yes, I can't stop bragging about it, even though it has actually got me in trouble now.
Yeah.
I mean, they sent me by myself to get rid of this problem.
Yeah.
But you can call me Ander, though. That's
Just shorten it to Giant Slayer. Just ignore your real name.
GS.
yes.
Gus. So Gus. Alright. I think we're headed off to Waterdeep. That's
the direction we were heading, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll tell you about the attack on Nightstone. Have you heard about that?
I heard rumors, but
Rumors, yeah.
not details.
Well, there was a castle that flew over the top, and then rocks started flying down and breaking everything, and then after that, some giants showed up and stole their obelisk, which is the Nightstone, and then just bailed out of there. And after that, just orcs and goblins and stuff showed up to take advantage of what they could.
See,
It's quite early in the morning at the moment, and it's very, very cool indeed. There's actually a bit of frost starting to sort of thaw out on the grassy area around you all. It's a little bit hilly in this region, and you guys, as you talk, you walk and trot on your horses, and it takes you guys about another 8 hours to head to Waterdeep at a steady pace on horseback, and it's actually a pretty calm journey. You guys only pass a few wagons on the way up to Waterdeep, and you cross over a large bridge that spans the Desserin River. The Desserin River, it actually leads all the way up from Waterdeep to the Desserin Valley, which is this area here. There are several sediments, Red Larch, Belliard, Womford, around that area, Yatar. So you guys pass that river, and also this is like a trade route, so many barges. They carry goods down, trade goods up and down this Desserin River. As you guys are a couple of hours out of Waterdeep, and you're just having a joke, you notice that it starts to get quite dark. There are some storm clouds forming overhead, but the rangers in the group will know that this is unusual, because you guys did not predict there to be any rain today whatsoever. And you realize the clouds are moving exceptionally fast. When you peer through the clouds, a mile above you all, at least, see this ominous shadow span you, and you peer through the gaps of the cloud. A majestic looking castle. Cloud Castle. And it's headed straight to Waterdeep.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna step like 40 feet away from the party and cast Mage Armor.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start asking, like, why is he moving away so far?
Just to be safe. He's not the best at his magic.
Just as you say that,
It's not that
Thomas,
he's not the best. His magic is sometimes unpredictable.
roll me a D100, just as you guys are saying that. Getting closer to a fireball every time. Alright, 15. Alright, when you cast Mage Armor on yourself, you actually, you regenerate. You undergo that same sort of Wolverine-like regeneration process where you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Sweet.
It only lasts for a minute. Gives you a bit of a jump in your step.
Alright, I feel better, guys.
Alright, you're still a couple of hours out of Waterdeep. What do you guys do at this time? When you see the cloud castle going straight for the city.
The speed of the castle, is it disturbingly fast? Would we be able to get to Waterdeep and warn them prior to the arrival of the castle in the sky?
It's going sort of pretty slow, really. You guys think that you probably could beat it there, judging from what you've witnessed, yeah.
I feel like we should charge ahead as fast as we can and start yelling as we approach. If we can just warn the guards, attack from above, attack from above. Beware.
Well, we sort of have some time because we're like a few hours out. Like, as in like
A couple of hours out, yeah.
Yeah. So if we rush, we might be able to get there maybe half an hour early. The thing.
All right.
Before.
I think we should
then
do
we
that.
can actually give him a proper explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just grab your tokens. I gotta add your snake to this landing page as well. Okay, so you guys rush ahead on horseback, and let me just fix up this party composition as well. Alright, you guys rush there, and you've definitely beaten the Cloud Castle. By the time you get there, the citizens on the surrounding farmsteads on the outskirts of Waterdeep. They are not panicked whatsoever, and it just looks like a regular day. So you arrive via High Road, and this is where you guys come in from, and you arrive at the south gate. There's a couple of guards stationed at these massive 40-foot tall arch gates. There's a surrounding wall, and there are turrets and guard towers stationed every few hundred feet. You see dozens of small figures attending these walls. The gates are open. As you guys are rushing in, 2 guards. They are gate guards. They carry long spears. They wear chainmail. And they have the crest of Waterdeep sort of emblazoned across their armor. It is this like a badge with a moon, a mountain, and a harbor reflecting the moon. The guards are pretty lazy looking, but they do stop you guys as you rush forward. Oh, there. What's a rush?
Cloud
Your
giants.
Your city is under some serious threat.
Serious threat?
Is the cloud castle still visible, or is it kind of?
It's
the
not
distance?
visible at the moment. No, you can see about 3 miles to the south, but it's still not here.
Have you heard of what has befallen the city of
Nightstone.
What?
Nightstone?
Warestone?
Nightstone. Have you heard what happened to Nightstone? Surely
Am
word
I
is traveling.
supposed to have known?
Cloud giants attacking from the sky. It's coming for your city.
2 days ago.
Giants, you say, coming from the clouds, attacking the city.
Yes, the threat is coming. Hurry, man! Warn everybody.
Hold on. How do we know this is not some sort of trick? Let me inspect your horses. And he takes one of them, sort of walks around your horses as they're just sort of stationed there. And he takes a look at the saddlebags, walks around, and he quickly draws a dagger and stabs it into one of the saddlebags. What's in the bags then?
Do we even know what's in the bags?
Is
Is it just our stuff?
Is it our stuff or the
Yeah,
other?
Oh yeah, who wants to actually control the party loot for today? Just all that stuff is in there. Because there's no Norhorn today. Who wants to volunteer for that?
I can do it.
Alright, you get inspiration. You sure you know what you're doing there, Jim?
Yeah, I think I've had a little bit of practice.
Alright, inspiration for you. Volunteering for that.
Thank you.
And then the guards sort of look around at you all. Well, this cloud castle then, eh? Dropping rocks on. And what was that place called again? I never heard of it.
Nightstone.
2 days.
Nightstone.
Or something.
2 days ago, you say?
I think that's right.
Perhaps we could just speak someone in charge.
Oh, Nightstone. That little hunting village down there, eh? And what you're saying, it got bombarded with rocks?
Everybody there got
Decimated.
stoned.
Decimated. And it's coming for Waterdeep.
Oh, you all then? You can't just come in here demanding to speak to Lady Larell. Now, have you know,
Then
Waterdeep's
how about you just your
defenses are some
commanding
of the...
officer?
Well, that would be Gallus the Silvermane. I guess you could talk to him then. You can usually find him up in the Yawning Portal. But it's a bit of a tall tale, you have to admit.
The threat is real.
Yeah, I'm sure
You have
it
been
is.
warned.
Just as
We're in about a half an hour.
just as you
Or
guys
less.
say that, this looming shadow starts to fall overhead, And the guard's jaw drops as you see the cloud castle emerging from the clouds. Begins to move straight over you guys. Oh, oh, oh! Go the alarm! And it creates a bit of panic. Some of the guards, they just like run back in the gates, and they just start running for the Weymouth, just leaving their posts as the cloud castle just surprisingly quickly, it just sort of hovers straight in over the town.
Well, do you want to become guards? Take up a new job, just hang out at the guard post.
Maybe we should find this, what do you say, yawning portal?
Is it safe to go into the city right now? The cloud.
Safe as anything else, I guess.
It's going to be chaos in there. If, you know, what happened at Nightstone happens here.
Certainly.
Alright, you see people just starting to panic, and guards are running. You look overhead and you see cavalry atop the back of griffins flying around. They look like tiny little specks in comparison to this gigantic castle. And they circle around the castle. No rocks have been thrown, but the guards on this gate here have practically abandoned their posts, and they rush into the city's walls.
Right. Should we follow you?
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose just... It's either that or guard the gate.
I'm weary about entering. I feel... What would be our destination going in?
Maybe we try to find this guard commander guy and tell him what we know of Night, so that he can get the word up.
Might be worthwhile. Does anyone know the way about Waterdeep? Where the yawning portal is?
I don't think so.
Maybe we can just...
I'm gonna say that like the other party members as well at this stage, they actually just like rush into the city to like warn people to help somehow.
Okay.
And they've sort of separated from you guys. Lily would sort of know, but she's like hightailed it. So I had some people she's concerned about, so she rushes to warn them, give aid to anyone who needs it.
All right, I guess we should probably search for maybe any high officer type looking folk of any kind, guards that seem to have a rank of some sort. I don't know. Let's do it.
Yep. Sure, we go into the city and find the first guardhouse, whatever, that people were still staying in.
All right.
You guys rush in through the south gate, and you see a wide open field with a couple of small buildings here and there, and then you guys come to the actual proper wall of Waterdeep. It's a 50-foot high stone wall, and you see guards just rushing about. There's much mayhem, and as you guys pass in, you're basically completely ignored. Inside, you arrive at this crossroad called the Weymouth, and you find yourselves in the southern ward, and people here are just... There's a couple of cafes around, and many... it's a pretty decrepit looking area, really. It's not very well maintained, and you see people just like running out of wagons and drays, and people hiding in their houses, and people screaming and running and fleeing in terror. You see some members of the town watch, the members of the watch trying to calm people down. They just wear some leather jerkins and carry truncheons in their hands. They're standing on the corner, and they are just trying to calm the people, but there's just so much panic here that their attempts are hapless. And the Cloud Castle, you can see it now sort of stationed over in this area. Near the center of the city.
Do you want to just follow to the Cloud Castle? See what they're doing up there?
All right, let's do it.
I feel like we should try to talk to somebody important. Let them know what Morax visions were about.
So, do you guys have a contact in here that you're looking for, or
Well, I
just
think
ran?
we just made one, or the guards told us to find
Silvermane at the Yawning Portal.
Alright, there is
Yawning
like
Portal.
a lot of panic, and the streets are getting sort of kind of flooded with people running in and out, and your horses are having a hard time trying to navigate the streets. What do you guys
That's the
do
first
about the
person.
horses?
I'm going to dismount and lead them, but I'll try to ask the closest person, hey, where's the Yawning Portal?
Some commoner just sort of runs past you. He's a young man, and he just sort of grabs you. Run for your lives! We're under attack!
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
You need to get to cover! It's
Yeah,
giants!
where's the Yawning Portal?
Yawning Portal is that way! Up the street, follow the way of the dragon. Over near the castle. But you don't want to head that way. That's where the Cloud Castle is. Run for your lives! And he just like runs off. He directs you in,
Thank you.
over into this direction.
Basically, right where the friggin' castle is. Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is
All right.
the Cloud
wanna get in the
Castle
middle of
attacking
things
right
anyway.
now, or?
You haven't seen any destruction so far. There's just the streets are flooded with panic and mayhem. Oh, looks like Duke Walks is here as well.
Yeah, sorry.
I say
Sorry,
we
guys.
take. Let's take the way of the dragon.
Alright, it's just
Can we-
a mosh pit of people you have to like squeeze past as people are just fleeing. A lot of people are actually like running straight out of the city, and people are headed to the docks as well, and just like constantly pushing up shoulders as the city watchers struggle to try and like maintain this mayhem. Oh, everyone relax, trust in the watch! We've got this under control! You see about 30 griffin riders flying overhead, circling the castle as it's headed straight for Castle Waterdeep. As you can see, sort of looming over this area, up on a large precipice, is a castle with like a mile-long pathway leading up to it. It sort of looms over all this area, and it's easy to spot from where you guys are. Castle Waterdeep, I'll mark it on the map. And that's supposedly where the Yawning Portal Tavern is. Alright, you guys run through, and as you pass by this area, you see this massive alabaster statue. It's like 90 foot high, and it's just like looming over you all, and it just reminds you of a giant. It's huge. It looks like a knight. He's got a shield sort of pressed, sort of knelt on one knee. His shield is sort of placed at his knee there, and his sword is sort of driven into the ground, and he looks like he's doing some sort of graceful bow. And you look over, and this castle is just hovering there, and it blots out the sky, casting a deep shadow in this area. And you take a left at Soothsayer's Way. The Yawning Portal is supposed to be like right near castle. As you guys head up to Snail Street, the street here, it looks like hundreds of members of the town guard are here to like cordon off the area, and they're trying to block people from getting any closer. And people are trying to get out, and they're not allowed out. You guys are the only ones that are trying to get in to this area. There's hundreds of guards here now, and militia that have been called to arms.
Can we find someone in charge-ish?
Who was the commander again? The name?
That was the
Silvermane.
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 Yeah, you see, they look like mostly members of the city watch, and again, it's a feeble attempt. They're sort of creating like this wall, like a chain, human chain around the area, and they're just like yelling at you guys, "Go back! Go back! Get into your homes!"
We need to talk to Silvermane immediately.
We have experience with this thing.
We have news
And
and
end of the
insight.
Giant Slayer.
Fan, make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
I don't care who you are, it's dangerous here. Now get back before you get yourselves killed. And then, coming in behind him, you see this lady with silver hair. She wears a white mage robe. And she seems very, very calm and collective given the situation. And she speaks.
That must be Silvermane.
She's just like mingling with all of the other like town folk here that are trying to flee and all the guards. But she definitely looks like someone of presence. Do not worry. The giants are of no threat. Calm yourselves. And the guard
You,
looks
good lady.
up at her. Lady Larell! Oh! And he quickly kneels down. Lady,
Did we hear her name?
Lady Lord Larell of Waterdeep. And when you guys hear that name, most likely you guys know that she's actually the Open Lord of Waterdeep, the head honcho.
Okay. So probably courtesy would be a bow or something.
She sort of says to you, no need for such formalities. We are just the same. Adventurous spirits. And she casts a spell, and then she starts to fly. She flies up over all of this mayhem, and immediately all of the commotion, it sort of quells, and people become somewhat quiet. And then she sort of speaks using magic. She amplifies her voice. It was like a loudspeaker over what must be thousands of people here in a panic. They all stop at the sound of her voice. Good people of Waterdeep, it is I, Lady Larell Silverhand, and I have come here in person to tell you that no harm will befall the city. People start to sort of say, but it's a giant castle. They're going to rip us out of our homes. I heard they've been bombarding rocks on people. I heard there's all sorts of trouble with giants in these lands. Do not worry, they are not here for conflict. They are here on official business, and I will not have anyone speak out against them. Their home was also destroyed, and they are here to try and find their history. Please, do not panic. All is well. And then people, they continue to sort of be uneasy. And then she just sort of flies off towards the castle. She actually flies up to the Cloud Castle.
Shit.
She didn't really pay you guys any like particular attention. Happened to be like right in front of her when she said that.
Right. Okay, I suppose we can't actually really do anything about this situation.
Say to one of the guards, look, bud, we got to find Silvermane. Where's the yawning portal?
Now listen. Alright then. Well, I guess the giants, they ain't posing any threat. Well, yawning portal, and it's just right up this way. And directs you to this tavern.
Thanks, man.
Alright, you guys head to the Yawning Portal Tavern, and it's a multi-story edifice made of wood, in the center of which is a large 40-foot diameter well the proprietor Dernan. He is a famous adventurer himself, and he seems pretty casual when you guys enter, and you just see a variety of unknown faces frequenting this tap room. Dernan just doesn't really pay you guys much heed. See a couple of wenches serving drinks and just a mix of different faces in here.
I asked Stern, I said, hey, I'm looking for Silvermane. Is he
Huh?
Silvermane, the office?
Oh, Jallister?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't
Yeah,
here.
that's it.
You ain't here, pal.
Crap.
I think he said something about he got some business up north. I think he may have headed out this morning. Is there something you need?
Need someone of some rank inside the guards or the city watch.
What for?
We have news from
Got
Limestone, which could be useful.
Yeah, we got news about the giants.
Well, that what that big shadow was then? Some giants? I heard people yelling about that. What news do you have?
Aye.
I may or may not have a couple of people in high places that I am friends with.
All right, bear with me a second. This might sound strange, but we met a guy that had visions about the giants. And one of them was that the cloud giants were going to steal this big black stone and cast something apocalyptic. And the first part came true. They destroyed Nightstone to take their big rock.
What do you think the God of Waterdeep's going to do about that?
Well, they're meeting now with the Open Lord. Just she needs to be warned that they might not be as forthright as they may.
I think you're a little bit in over your head, fella.
Yeah.
Lady Larell, she can handle herself. And besides, there's also the Blackstaff, the most powerful mage in Waterdeep. If they can't handle it, well, you best count yourselves dead. Because if they can't, then there ain't nothing you can do either.
All right. Well, we had to try. That's all.
If she's got it under control, then you know you're in good hands, friend. She's a special woman, she is. Powerful. You're in good hands. While you're here, well, why don't you buy yourself a nice drink?
I'm not old enough to drink.
I'll take one.
Alright. Guys, I get some drinks. Just like a couple of silver, don't worry about keeping track of it. And within the hour, people seem to have calmed down. You hear a little bit of talk about some trouble brewing between some factions here. The Zentarum, the Xanathar Thieves Guild. But other than that, people seem to have... and once word got around that Lady Larell says that there's no problem, people seem to just become complacent, and the Cloud Castle doesn't seem to bother them too much anymore.
I don't know about you guys, but everybody seems a little too sheepish. I think they're not going to do anything about it.
I feel the people here have great trust in their leaders, and their leaders must be very powerful in order for everybody to stay calm with such a huge threat in the sky.
You also, one of Lady Larell's heralds actually comes in as well to assure people that no harm will befall the city. You imagine that word is getting spread quickly on behalf of Lady Larell that this is a planned meeting, or at least it is one that is approved by her. As you peer up, you can still see these grey clouds overhead of the castle, and just imagine all the difficulties you'd have to actually just reach this castle. It's like looming almost a mile overhead.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just continue on with our business.
Maybe, if everyone's fine with this.
Alright,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like...
things sort of calm down, and like after a few hours, the presence of this cloud castle just sort of sinks in as normal with everyone, and you guys are just see the business just goes as usual. You also see a big out of order sign over the 40-foot diameter hole in the floor here that leads to Wonder Mountain. Like out of order, big out of order sign. So, you guys just left to do your business in Waterdeep now.
Indeed. So...
I'll tell you a little bit
Yeah.
about the ward you're in. You're in the Castle Ward. As the name indicates, it contains Castle Waterdeep, some other famous places like Pegaron's Palace, and other buildings of the city. It looks like a pretty wealthy looking area, and those that are wealthy but cannot count themselves among the nobility. There are religious and educational structures around as well, but it does not look like it really holds a lot of residential buildings. It's a real sort of political hub area here. So you also have the Trades Ward, which is home to where all of the guild houses are, and you can buy just about anything there. There's also the market up here, further in the Castle Ward. To the south of you is the decrepit Dock Ward. It's where all the city's harbours are located, and warehouses, business warehouses, and kind of crowded. And yeah, it could be a place that could provoke the displeasures of the law. There is the North Ward, which is like a noble sort of estate as well, where many noble villas, townhouses, and many great inns are also found, and the neighborhood is respectively wealthy. And then there is the Sea Ward, whose fortunes are on the rise to build their own homes here. That is where all of the city's longest established noble families live, so it's probably the wealthiest part of the city, and all the grandest villas live there, are present there. You have the Field Ward, which is not actually a part of Waterdeep itself. The guard do not patrol that area, and it's basically a shanty town of squalor and filth, muddy streets, people shitting on the streets and stuff like that. Southern Ward,
Wow.
which is not really considered a ward either, although it's it's called Southern Ward. It's technically not a ward of Waterdeep. In fact, it's not even named on this map. It's where lots of stables, warehouses, and shops related to overland travel could be found, and lots of hardworking folk unloading caravans and carts. Yeah, that's a quick brief summary of the city. And overlooking this all is this massive mountain called Mount Waterdeep. It's a triangular shaped piece of rock jutting up, looming even higher than the castle itself, visible from everywhere in the city. So yeah, it's a fairly bustling city of splendors. Some people, merchants in particular, dub it the best supply center in the world. Largest collection of superb craft workers, experts, full contacts. So yeah, the Waterdavian city is pretty advanced in terms of technology. They have like working sewerage system and fully functioning metropolis. If you guys want to do any shopping, there are tons of shops here. Of course, your original intentions are just to stop off, stepping stone on the way to your next adventure. So, what do you guys want to do while you're in Waterdeep?
Maybe we should sell our loot. Pick
Yeah.
up a couple of the, and then head on out.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some vials of perfume, a Zenturian ring, all that stuff. You mean?
Yeah, we've got what, like
You're probably
I
not
don't
going to
think
be able
we-
to
I
sell
think-
the Zentarum ring.
Yeah.
that may come in handy at some point.
Maybe.
But I think we should keep the diamonds because later those will be useful.
Oh,
if we have
definitely. The diamonds are
somebody that-
definitely.
Um, Let's sell the other gems and the rings and incense, all that stuff, and the extra weapons.
Yeah,
8
we have.
scimitars and 11 light crossbows.
Yep, so weapons
Right.
and armor can be sold for half the listed price. Here is a list of shops. It's actually taken from another campaign, but it has this is armor. It's all just player's handbook stuff, so if you can find it in the player's handbook, you'll find it in this handout. But that is a way to find the prices. Trade goods as well, and there's
Of
cleric
course, I'm
services if you need
doing
it.
party loot on the day that requires the most amount of work.
Yeah.
But don't you feel inspired?
No,
And did you say that
um,
Norhorn's not here tonight? Is he playing in this campaign now?
Sorry, it's Norin.
Oh,
Norin. Yes, Norin.
Norin.
cool. And split up. Lily had a couple things she wanted me to see if we had any shopping I could pick up for her. Depends on what we've
Okay.
got.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just about everything there should be easily sellable. Just down at the market, you can like buy and sell just about anything. So in terms of mundane equipment, you can easily get anything.
Yeah.
I don't have the option to edit
Okay,
the party loot.
see what's going on here. Why is it loading? I swear I gave you. Oh no, is this like glitched? You should have access to it.
Maybe I'll close it and reopen it. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what's
that didn't do
going
that,
going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through everything quickly and tell you like what you can't sell, which is the Zentarum ring.
That
probably
cannot
don't-
sell.
Yeah, because it's like
Okay.
belongs to like an evil faction basically. Well, not
Right.
particularly evil, but yeah. you probably
Selfish.
probably get stabbed if you try to sell it or something like that. Like if Zentarum finds out. But everything else here, you can sell the wedding band. All it does is cost you your conscience, and everything else.
Who's wedding?
Everything is so all weapons and armor at 50%.
Yes,
And how about gemstones and whatnot?
they are currency basically. They're sold for the same
They're
price,
currency,
or just you're probably even better off just keeping them because
Okay. Lighter, yeah.
exactly, lighter currency.
What? I'm sorry. Whose wedding band was that again? I don't remember. SSSS.
It belongs to the Samil, your fatherly figures, Trell's. No. That would be Lily's cousin's wife, ex-wife's
Roommates.
roommates. Yeah.
Is that the guy that's the sheriff? No.
No, that's Samil. Is I have to find that quest now. It's like some distant relative of Lily's, basically.
Either way, maybe we should save the wedding band and return it to the family member when we
She's
get
not here at the moment.
So yes, Lily's cousins. No, actually that's not even right. It's not Lily's. It's yes, it's Morak's friends, neighbors.
But we're
Mark's
going,
friend's name.
but it might, because we're going to tell them something if I'm remembering.
Yeah,
the
you're
quest
gonna go
right.
tell
Yeah.
him that
Yeah.
like Samil's dead, so maybe you want to hand the wedding band to him.
Yeah.
keep the brief.
Or maybe you
Okay.
don't want to tell him that you found the wedding band and keep it and just sell your bunch of.
I think it'll. If we need anything from him,
So,
then it'll give us
keeping-
some creed.
You can
Keeping the
blackmail
wedding.
him with
keeping
it.
the wedding.
Yeah, keeping the band.
Okay. But as far as the copper flagon and all that stuff, that can go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like valuable, like trade goods or art or something like that. So,
It's got someone's name next to it. That means they were using it.
anyone in the market for an upgrade of weapons or armor?
Yeah, Lily wanted a rapier.
Yeah, she did.
Yep. So that's
Yeah.
That's, I think it's 15 GP. Maybe I'll just start
It
tattling
might
how
be
much.
more because it's this
25 for a rapier.
25. Yeah, 25.
I'll start tallying it in the chat, and then we can just deduct it all at the end.
I
gosh.
like.
The Unbeliever would like a
A what?
sling, just a range.
I think that's
sling.
like 1 GP, is it?
Yeah, it's almost nothing.
Yeah, 1 silver piece.
1 silver, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of asking for a lot.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like a shield.
Shield is it 25?
10.
10? Okay.
Shields are cheap, which is nice.
And it doesn't matter what they're made of, apparently they're all exactly the same price.
Yep. I will have a shield made of gold, and then I will melt it down later.
Keep on buying them and selling them back. Kind of glitch.
It's actually just 10 gold pieces that I've got there, like kind of stuck together. It's a very small shield, but it works the same.
It's a ring.
Yeah, mechanically it's the same.
Yeah.
Anyone else need some mundane equipment? And then after you guys buy mundane equipment, if you want, there are a couple of potions or scrolls or something you could buy, but they're a little bit pricey.
Oh, actually, I would like to buy a climber's kit. I think we should have one of those.
Okay, that's 25 GP. It's always handy.
I was also going to replace short swords with a quarterstaff, just 2 silver piece.
Okay. And do you need any upgrade? Just met these people. We can start spending all their money.
Oh yes, that's good. Can you lend me like a small amount of 700 gold pieces?
No, we cannot. What do you want to spend 700 on?
We don't have 700 gold, so no.
Half plate. But
Yeah. Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet.
yes, no, I don't need any.
What
Quick
about for your
question:
snake?
Is are slings two-handed weapon?
One hand.
It's got the ammunition property, so you do need 2 hands for it.
I had to load it.
Yeah.
So I cannot use it with a shield.
No. You have to do
I
a
need
throne,
one gold.
like a throne range weapon, or hold
A
the
spear or a javelin.
Can I have
So
one
good.
gold piece?
If you had sharpshooter, you could use a hand crossbow.
Duke Book needs 1 gold piece, so you can
the
just
crossbow expert.
you can put a
I'll
gold
buy
piece
goat.
in him. Buy goat. Goats are 8 gold pieces.
Oh, fuck off. No, they're not. I can read it from here. 1 gold piece for a goat.
Is it?
Or a pound of ginger so I can buy a ginger. But I'm going with a goat.
All right. Goats are in season. You can buy a goat for 1 GP.
Thanks. Oh, actually, I have a gold piece. Don't worry.
Okay. Get a goat. Ta-da. Meh.
Great. Filthy animals.
Considering it's your best NPC voice, are you not glad that I always buy a goat?
Alright, it is the goat.
His name is Pickles.
Pickles. Alright, so you guys stick around town and probably spend maybe 1 or 2 days here, I'm guessing, doing a bit of shopping. This cloud castle sort of continues to just loom here during your stay.
If you're willing to spend more, I could get splint armor, splint mail. It's 200 for that. That's a bit of a expense.
Fine with me.
Does-
Oh, that's right. Split.
How much do we
mail.
have?
200.
Yeah, 200 for split.
Is that heavy armor?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's heavy
If
armor
you're gonna-
17
I think
AC.
Jim's still working on the.
No one's going to want
loot.
this leather armor, right?
Yeah, no one wants it. Lily's got
I-
better stuff.
I could
Okay.
use a studded leather, but
Yeah,
not a
you can buy-
priority.
How much is started?
Started
45, yeah.
45. Okay.
Is that enough gold in the party loot?
What do we have in? We've got. What do we have? We've got
I think it's a few hundred at least.
100
I can.
gold, as well as bows and stuff. And selling those 8 scimitars and 11 crossbows is 212 and a half gold.
Right. I'll sell the scale armor for half the price and put the money in the body loot.
How much is that?
That's 50 total, so that will be 25.
All right. And also, Jim, I'll tally up how much is being bought and spent now, so you don't have to try and math it. I'll just tell you how much to deduct.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to what everyone's buying,
Yeah.
so
I
I'm
got it.
hoping you're keeping track here because I'm tallying up what we actually have. So right now we have 435 gold, plus a bunch of silver and stuff.
All right,
but-
deduct 80 from that, and that'll
Okay.
include everything that was just bought and sold.
Lily did say if there's enough gold to try to get components for Find Familiar. What is that, like 10 or 15 gold?
10 GP, you can buy like a mat which has all the ingredients included.
45. All right, I deducted that as well, so 345 now.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to start paying attention to material components for everything, Seb, for
Yeah, and also I think rangers will need to buy spell component pouches as well.
Oh, I
Ranges.
completely forgot about that. Yes.
None of my spells have components yet.
Oof, I do
Better
need
to
that.
have.
I didn't.
It's 25 GP for component pouch each. You guys want to just buy it now so you don't have to worry about it?
Yeah, probably.
It sucks for you to get spells and then not be able to cast
Yeah.
them later.
I can
So-
just pick ones that don't have materials.
deducting 50 gold.
Yeah. And both you guys had a spell component pouch.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
Does that mean Than already has that?
Yeah, it's just rangers don't, because rangers don't get spell casting to like 3rd level.
Right. Okay.
But you would have one sort of beaten into your shield.
5. All right. So we're at 295 now.
Okay, so well, you guys spend a bit of time here, and everything is quite calm now. The castle is just like sort of hovering above Castle of Waterdeep.
Well, should we head to Goldenfield?
I think we should. A lot of my spell components are ruby dust. So what do I do about that?
We didn't throw away sell the rubies, right?
Yeah, you just like get a ruby, hit it with a hammer, and it turns into ruby dust.
Okay.
Sure.
And then this is strange. So, like when it says stuff like a pinch of salt and 1 copper piece.
Only if it has a gold
Like-
piece value
Oh,
that you
okay.
have to have the component for. If not, then
Uh,
it's covered by spellcasting focus.
I'd like to get a small piece of iron.
Okay, how much is it worth?
It doesn't say.
It's
It
like
just
a
says
nail.
A small straight piece of iron.
Yeah,
That's all
then
it says.
you don't have to worry about it. It's only if it
Oh,
has a
that's
gold
weird.
piece value. Like, for example,
Gotcha.
identify will say a pearl worth 100 GP.
Okay.
Only select
If you got the component
spells
pouch,
that are usually more powerful than other spells at that level.
it's only like if you lost your component pouch that you'd be like, oh, there's a nail here, I could use that instead of the component.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just basically, I just want rubies. That's what I want.
Yeah. So let's not sell the gems.
No point really selling gemstones at all, ever. You just use them to buy stuff anyway. And it's way lighter than hundreds of coins. Okay, so
Can we exchange the bloodstones for rubies?
no, you'd have to sell the. You'd have to try and convince a jeweler for that, actually. So you can make a persuasion check then.
Oh God.
They're probably going to
Can
take
I,
a cut as well.
Then you
can
want
I
me to
take,
try?
Yeah. I asked Thomas and I pat him in the back and I cast guidance on him.
Alright, that only lasts for 1
Persuaded.
minute.
I'll concentrate for the entire minute, and
So
I'll
he's
give
going to
him
run
5.
into the store and try and negotiate within a minute.
I'll be there the whole time, just guiding him the whole way.
They're going to cast
Casting
it
spell again.
repeatedly.
No, I don't know I don't know how it's supposed to work.
Is the
but
verbal component like,
I'm
kind
gonna
of
try to guide.
pray
this
that this guy will not try to rip us off on the deal?
Alright. It
So
lasts,
we got
it lasts
5.
for a minute, so it would probably be if you're
do
there
your
like
best.
constantly casting this spell and
That would look
tapping
silly.
his shoulder, it might be a bit weird. As he's trying to convince the jeweler.
Well,
So I mean, it's up
I
to
took
you.
guidance for these things, so hoping I'd be able to use it at some point.
There's plenty of uses for it. It's just if you're in a store casting a spell constantly on someone, it's probably not appropriate. Alright,
Okay,
Thomas, make a
alright.
persuasion check. Duke says he's got a +6. Alright, how many bloodstones do you have?
5 bloodstones worth 100 GP.
Alright, they'll give you 4 rubies and 50 GP for it. 400 GP rubies and 50 GP gold.
Okay, fantastic,
So take a
That's a good
50 GP cut.
beautiful.
Thomas does a bit of
Good job.
smooth talking, and yeah, the jeweler agrees to that price. Okay,
Awesome.
so there's nothing like much for you guys here in Waterdeep. It's just the Cloud Castle is seems to be okay, and people are just going about business as usual.
Well, guys, it doesn't seem like there's anything else we can do here. They seem to be okay with this.
Yeah.
I think we'll need proof before we come back. Or
Just
come back after
for your
they're pelting.
Food and accommodation for the couple of days and looking after the horses. It costs you guys 5 GP for a lot of you.
GP off the telly.
What's the total?
Total of 5.
5 GP for everyone.
Okay.
For food, accommodation, looking after the horses.
And the goat.
Are we happy to spend 200 on Splint for me as well?
We can always eat the goat.
Could eat the goat.
Yeah, that's not an option. I will sell you people before I sell the goat.
All right.
Yeah, I'm all for having our frontliners.
Okay. Deduct another. Is it 200 GP for Splint?
Yeah, and you can probably sell the scale then for 25. So
Right. Deduct 175. And add that Splint mail to your inventory.
So we're deducting what? Sorry.
175.
Wow, 175. 175. Oh yeah, we still got some.
That way he can protect us squishy folks.
It's always good to have your front liners heavily armored.
It's better than them being dead, which has only happened once so far.
Yeah, Roderick does like to get hit a lot.
Aye.
All right.
So what you guys like to do now?
Leave the Golden Fields?
Okay.
He said with a question mark.
Yep, Goldenfield seems to be the next.
Yeah, you guys don't have any business in Waterdeep, so
Maybe try to catch a barge up the river.
no use staying here. Things are going bad in other places. So, you're in Waterdeep, and destinations at Golden Fields. You could just head up the North Furrow, straight along that same road that Anders lives on. Or you may head up the long road to Tribor, or the high road up to Bryn Shander. Quite a journey.
I think we should go Golden Fields then Tribord. Take the most efficient route. Yeah, no.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, as you guys leave Waterdeep, you come to the Filled Ward. So you head up through the high road. This is a couple of days later now. And you just take a dray or walk, however you do it. You guys are ready to leave. And you head up to the north gate to take the high road. And someone comes running across the field as you guys are exiting. There are no guards here. And this guy grabs you, and he's just wearing some shorts. He's soaked with water. A human male, and he looks very panicked. Just grabs Thomas by the scruff. Help me! Help! Help! The merfolk! They're attacking! They're attacking!
Mermaids aren't real.
Alright, he just sort of dismisses you and grabs Roderick. Please help me! Help me!
Where are they?
He's out of breath. At the beach! At the beach!
The beach. Yeah. This
A little bit of a hike.
is probably some being stirred up.
Take you guys, probably about 5 minutes or so to run over there. Maybe 10 minutes.
To the beach. Sorry, what did
We'll
he say?
fight them on the beaches.
What did he say? What's at the beach?
Merfolk are attacking people.
Merfolk.
Oh, merfolk. Oh, okay.
I
Merfolk.
think merfolk are actually real.
Nah. Let's find out. Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Alright, he's sort of out of breath. Go
It's like
quickly!
Australia, they made up.
I'll tell the watch! And he runs into the field ward. Starts running down the decrepit streets.
Trail back 40 feet.
And Thomas casts mage armor. And you guys are heading there, I'm presuming? You're running
Yep.
something? Okay.
Yep.
You guys are...
As we get there, I'll cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
We get close to whatever.
Alright, you guys just run over this open field here, following the wall of Waterdeep. You do see there are some towers here spanning every couple hundred feet. And there are only a few guards not really paying too much attention to their surroundings. And you run over, you see a small farmstead in the distance, see the coastway, the troll gate, and you head down to the beach here. When you arrive, you see gigantic fish monsters attacking people. You see a single member of the City Watch. He is got a truncheon and he's just like trying to fight off these merfolk. They have huge claws. They're massive as well. They're about 12 feet tall. And in their hands, they have harpoons. And
do they have fishtails? Like, or not fishtails, but like snake tail kind of things? Or
they have tails with fins. They have gills. They have fins jutting out of their back. They have sharp teeth, long claws, and yeah, they don't look too mobile on land. This member of the City Watch is just trying to beat a couple of them off. And you see trails of blood leading from this sandy beach into the water. You see a few people just screaming and running as well, as they're trying to like help one another. You can see that this fight's been going on for a little while and many have died already. So as you guys run in, these member of the City Watch, just with his truncheon, he just sort of calls over his shoulder, "Someone do something! Help! Help!" And you guys realize they're not just ordinary merfolk. Oh, I'll go on your initiative count. And as you look up and down the beach, you see a similar scene with many more Marrow attacking and a couple of members of City Watch here and there that are scattered about. Yeah, this is only one of many scenes of combat. So this woman, she just runs off screaming, like she's just in her bathers, and she runs away. Thomas, you're up.
Stop looking at the girl, Thomas.
Teenagers.
I know you want to slay, but
Not close. I'll cast Witch Bolt at this one.
You're not far enough away to do such things.
You send a Witch Bolt screaming over, and it plugs into the Marrow for 10 lightning damage. This arc of lightning extends from your hand, latching onto the Marrow. And it just gets a little bit sort of shocked and burnt. And you just continue to hold that spell. Alright, another woman who is just a beach goer. She's running as well. She just flees screaming. She runs off away from the beach. Then
Then is going to cast spiritual weapon on this guy here with a witch bolt.
okay.
Did it do it? Did we cast it?
Yep. That hits.
Okay.
It won't ask you for your level till you hit it for weapon. I ran into that.
Oh, is that what it is?
That
Okay.
spell, yeah.
Got it.
Alright, slams into the Marrow for 6 force damage. Breaks through its scaly flesh, and a bit of red blood drips down the side of it.
I charge after it. Coming in with us. Can I attack with my short sword now?
Yep, you have
it's
an
a
action
bonus action
still.
for that.
I'm gonna stab this motherfucker.
That hits. Alright, you run forward and stab into the Marrow. Again, your blade pierces through its scaly flesh. And it
Eat
just
dubs,
screeches.
you bitch.
And it sort of speaks in this foul voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roderick.
Oh, move up there to help out the city watch guy. And then I'm gonna I'll put a hunter's mark on him. Let's see, cast a spell, and I'm gonna attack this guy.
All right, you
Wow.
run forward with your quarterstaff and you whack with your shillelagh quarterstaff, I should say, for 14 bludgeoning damage plus 5 from Hunter's Mark. You just pierce into the marrow and your quarterstaff sticks straight deep into its flesh. Blood just starts to pool around the staff and drip down its side.
Get some. And then I'm going to do it again with a Dread Ambusher.
That hits, and you sort of twist, and you just take a cylindrical chunk out of the marrow as you pull the quarterstaff out.
Back to the sea with ya. Dunzo.
Alright, this woman, she's actually laying on the ground, and you can see that she's been harpooned in her leg. She has a trail of blood leading away from her, and she just sort of holds up her hands. Please, someone, help! And she starts crawling away. She cannot get very far. She's bleeding quite badly.
I thought you were going to say that she's just lying on the ground, sunbathing. She hasn't seemed to notice yet.
You're doing a bit of both.
Need sunbathing.
Okay, Andy, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna command Ka, come over here and bite that creature. See?
It's got a 10-foot reach?
Yeah.
Okay. It snaps onto the marrow, extending itself. It lunges forward. Hits for 10 piercing damage. Then the marrow makes a con save. And actually, it just starts to writhe without even making the save. It just sort of flaps over to the side and hits the ground as a wave just pushes it off more onto the shore. And this trail of blood sort of lines and reddens the sand and then drags it back in. The body just sort of too heavy to be moved by the waves.
And as my movement, I'm gonna get over here. That was maximum damage on.
Yeah, that was a
Oh
good
my
fight.
god, that was maximum damage
Wow.
on everything.
Yeah, that was it.
Triples, 4 sixes.
What have you been feeding that snake?
I don't know. That was. Oh my god, that means I'm not gonna hit anything for the rest of the game.
Does it take your attack to command the snake to attack?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Big box. Is the snake your animal companion, or are you its animal companion?
Yes.
Looks like it could swallow you whole.
My real character is the snake. The halfling is the.
I'm gonna move over here and basically just call this fish thing a bitch.
Alrighty. The marrow makes wisdom save. And just sort of blubbers and just your magic.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright, this guard, he looks kind of frightened. And he looks around and he nods at Roderick. And then he looks down at the snake and he panics. Oh, snake!
It's my snake! Don't hit it, you bastard!
And he hits the snake. Is that a reflex? But that misses. Oh, did I not save his AC? Should be 16, right? I don't know why it's saying 14.
It is 16.
Alright, he tries to just whack the snake with the truncheon, but it slithers out of the way. And then he sort of backs away and just stands in front of the woman. This goat, it just like starts chewing on some leaves. Looking around for any nearby socks as well. Alright, the marrow speaks in this demonic language, and it's going to just back up into the water, provoking from Than. That hits. You lunge forward, you pierce it. Great damage. The marrow, decently injured. It throws this harpoon at you, Than. You notice it has this sort of silky, seaweedy tendril sort of attached to the harpoon. If it could reel you in. But it sticks into the ground. The marrow quickly reels it back in. And then it starts swimming away. Diving under the water. You can sort of barely see its shadowy outline. Thomas. Your witch bolt just breaks away. It gets out of your range.
Alright, I'll just say freeze.
Alright, you can vaguely see the shadowy outline of it. You shoot a ray of frost down at it and it pierces straight into the marrow. And see more blood start to fill that area around it in the ocean. And
Than's gonna just toll the dead.
Alright, you send a toll at it in the water, and it just starts thrashing around wildly, writhing, and then it just sort of fades from view. That's over.
Well done, guys.
I go to the lady that was injured on the ground, and I try to help her out with her wounds.
As you move forward, the town guard, city watch, trying to help her to her feet as well, but she's like in some pain. And
can I assess?
You can make a medicine check. Yeah, she's bleeding quite badly. It looks like the harpoon may have hit a major tendon, and you believe if she doesn't get some sort of healing soon, she's probably going to bleed out and die.
Okay, I will. I'll cast a healing spell on her.
All right, you quickly grab the wound, and this sort of light glows over the wound, and it just cauterizes and seals. And then she's able to stand. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your magic has healed me. How did you do that? I've heard of healing magic before. I didn't think it would be so effective.
The magic comes from my deity.
Well, whichever god you pray to, may I pray to them as well on this evening. Thank you.
Yes.
What is the name of your god?
Analor.
Morales. I'll be sure to head to the seaward and find a
The
church.
white dove.
To this white dove, offer my prayers and thanks. The guard sort of looks around at you all. Thank you all. If you hadn't gotten here soon, well, them big beasties might have overwhelmed me. Just lucky I was heading around this area. This is actually outside my jurisdiction. I couldn't just stand by and watch. And down the beach, you see the guard, other members of the guard, sort of pushing back other marrow, and collectively, these creatures begin to flee.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have been fine. You're clearly you saved this woman.
Oh, I don't think so. I seen what they did to her with that harpoon. I reckon they would have bested me. If it wasn't for you, well, probably all be dead. Thank you.
Oh, shucks. I'll as well search this Murrow, see if he carries anything. Probably.
You take a look at the large monstrosity here as the waves crash over it. And just find some like seaweed ropes, some hooks, and there is this harpoon, which could be useful as a weapon. It's very sort of Spartan. Looks like it was just taken off a ballistae. It's covered in slime and algae. Other than that, it does not have anything of value on it.
You know, I'll take the hooks just in case they ever want to do anything.
Okay, you get some fishing hooks. And a harpoon if you want it.
I don't want the harpoon, unless anybody else.
What's the stats on a harpoon?
It's
Like a
Base-
trident or just spear?
yeah, it's basically a glaive.
Alright. No.
It'd be more for like fishing rather than
Yeah.
combat. These Marrow were fishing. You were the fish. Alright,
That's,
this member of the City Watch helps her to her feet. He thanks you all and then says, "Come, we got to get you back inside the safety of the walls of Waterdeep. Oh, thank you all for your service, adventurers."
Sure.
May the Triad smile upon you on this day for your good deeds and fortunes.
You
And he just escorts her back towards Waterdeep. She waves once more. Thank you again for your help. Man.
guys are pretty awesome. Well, that was interesting.
yeah. It could just be, well, similar to what happened Nightstone. Perhaps when there's the cloud giants around, nearby things get a bit antsy. Maybe
You
just
like
go
any
nuts
of
and
that?
attack stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
Roderick, make a history check.
About giants, is it?
Not about giants.
Okay. If I can find the page. There it is.
About these creatures.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know. Nothing comes to mind about these creatures. Oh, you guys find just a bloody scene as a couple of other members of the Watch are just helping people up. But the threat has ceased.
Should I get back on?
Take that as a
Aye.
yes. Alright.
Yep. I can't think of what else this is, but
Definitely not a merfolk though. Well, it looks like one, but something different about it.
yeah.
Alright, you guys are headed to Golden Fields now, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to take the North Furrow. Alright, you continue up the North Furrow. Golden Fields to North Furrow. It's going to be 1.5 days journey. Say 2 days journey on horseback. You continue up the high road and then you take a right on the North Furrow. Just travel on this road and as you're traveling, this You're sort of near the foothills of North Furrow. There are little halfling settlements everywhere. A few stand of trees here and there. And this halfling just sort of trots in on the back of a pony. And he's almost like he's wearing a ghillie suit. He has wreaths of leaves all around his body. Wears this olive green sort of clothing, light armor. You can see a couple of short swords sheathed at his side, and definitely looks like a rangerly folk. And Ander, you recognize him. His name is Vordana Jezreel, and he's a ranger of this area. Probably ranged with him many times before.
Okay.
He nods.
Say hi.
Ah, Ander. Oh, you've got a lot of company about you.
Yes. I have been helping these people killing all the giants in the area. I have done most of the work,
As you notice, Vordana usually travels on foot. Strange to see her on a pony. And a little Tressum sort of flies in from behind her. Meow! You know the Tressum's name is Flycatcher. You've never met the horse before.
Is that a new pony?
Oh yes. His name is Todd. He had an abusive owner, and I'd recently rescued him. But people have been scattering these lands. You did hear about the attack with the giants and all that?
Which one? Which attack? Nightstone or
Nightstone?
Goldenfield?
What? What about Nightstone?
These folks have been telling me that it got attacked by giants and they stole a powerful artifact.
Oh no. Hill giants have been attacking everywhere. But what? An artifact? Awfully strange for hill giants. Usually they want to fatten themselves up with food. Are you sure it was hill
that's
giants?
where you're wrong. Oh, it wasn't hill giants in Nightstone. It was cloud giants, we suppose. We didn't see them, just a castle.
Oh, my bad. It was cloud giants.
Hill giants and cloud giants attacking around the same time. What's with all the giants? This is odd, isn't it?
Quite.
What do you make of this? Could be causing all the giants to stir.
It's a good question. Never thought about it myself. What do you guys think?
I think there's something causing it, but hard to say what.
Oh, well, I hope it calms down soon. I'm just heading up the high road, up to Neverwinter. Going to broaden my horizons a little bit. I know every innkeeper from Neverwinter to Dead Snows. I'm going to see if there's any other giant activity. But looks like you're headed the other way. Up to the Desert Valley, are you going? You have business up there, friend. It's not like you, Ander, to stray. Oh, I remember now. You were asked to clear out all the hill giants, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what the other people in the town wanted me to do, After all, I killed one of them by myself.
Oh, I heard it. It fled in terror at the sight of you. There must have been something wrong with that giant. No offense, but I mean a giant running from a halfling. You ever
Not
heard
any
of that
half.
before?
Running from under Giant Slayer.
Right. Well, things our paths are crossing, I'll say good day to you. Good day to you all.
Right. Can I do an insight check to see if he's telling the truth and he's just not fleeing the town?
Sure. You feel like he's telling the truth, and he does often travel up to the north like that and scouting missions. This is his home, but he's a ranger of the north, and yeah, he's definitely pretty knowledgeable about the north. Like he could probably be a good guide, but he's heading a different way from you guys. So he leaves you onto your business and thanks you all, and he heads off. So he's going like up to like, yeah. You actually hear that he's got some family up in like Fireshire, up in Icewind Dale. It's a long journey, so you're thinking that's going to be like a month that he's going for. Quite a long journey.
Yeah.
All right, you guys continue on, and you stop and make camp for the night. In fact, you probably have some friends around here that you could stay with, and those who haven't fled. Sometimes halflings can be quite stubborn, and you take all of the party to this like little hovel, but the doorway is like 4 foot tall, and like there's no way people could fit in there. So everyone just sort of camps nearby, and you guys camp, take a long rest, and continue on the next day. You're halfway to Golden Fields. You can see some of the foothills around here encroaching upon you. You have the Desserin River a few miles to the east. And at about noon that day, you see something. Another Cloud Giant castle. An enormous tower floating on a billowy cloud 1,000 feet overhead. It's coming from the direction of Waterdeep. The tower, it's not really a castle though. This one's a tower. Must be hundreds of feet tall. Its spire looks like a pointy wizard's hat. The tower begins to drift closer. As it does, stairs made of clouds begin to form underneath it, descend towards you all. Horses get spooked, and you all need to make animal handling checks for your mounts.
Lovely.
Do I need to make 2 for the goat, or is the goat too stupid?
The one animal handling check will cover you both creatures.
22 should be right.
Alright, suddenly Thomas, your horse just starts like galloping off with you on the back of it.
Whoa there, buddy. I'm pulling on the reins.
You try to calm it and direct it, and it's just like bolting away quick as it can.
See you guys later.
Bye, Thomas.
Alright, you guys just leave Thomas to just gallop off, I guess.
To start his own campaign.
So,
Somewhere.
what does everyone else do?
So this, it's a different cloud castle with the
This
tower
is just a
kind of thing.
tower with like a wizard's hat sort of topping it. Looks strange.
Yeah.
And there is a set of cloudy stairs that have formed, leading down to you all.
And it came to us, or like, is it obvious that the stairs were?
It's like the stairs, like literally, are like right at you guys, like 30 feet away from you all.
Oh wow. Does it look like there's anyone up into the cloud area?
You take a look
I'm
up,
gonna climb up.
like 1,000 feet ahead of you, so you can't really see properly.
It
I
seems
go-
like it'd be kind of rude to reject the invitation.
I try to step on the. I'll try like checking out the steps. Are they solid?
Yeah, you test the first step. The steps, they're just made of this fluffy white cloud, but each step is sized for a human. Very firm cloud stuff, and as you sort of step on it, they sort of spiral. Like a spiral staircase forms out of the clouds. Looks sturdy.
Well, looks like this is an invitation.
So you guys just don't care about Thomas?
I'll catch up to you later.
Oh, wait. Thomas,
I just think that he's getting away from the party.
Thomas is
like
gone.
He always
It's like,
does.
that horse galloped away. It's like over 1,000 feet away now.
Really? Oh my god. Well, I guess we should go after Thomas.
Do we really need to?
Well,
Yeah,
we can't just abandon him into the woods.
Your
Hey, he's
horses,
not from around here.
your
He'd have
horses
to-
also will not obviously make it up these stairs as well.
Yeah. Do we know, are cloud giants generally evil? You know that?
Make a history check. You're not sure. You've probably never even heard much more about giants. Your average commoner. Just almost a myth, really. A large creature that could easily crush a house with a single step.
Okay, I go after Thomas. I start galloping towards where his horse ran.
Alright, as you
Try to
go
find
to jump back on your horse, a voice calls down, sort of with the wind. Do not worry! I will get him! And your horses. Come up, come up! I will catch him.
Who
The
are
voice
you?
sort of booms. Oh! My name is Zephyros. You may not know me, but I know you all. I know you all very well. That is why
How
I
is that
have come
possible?
here. This is not the place to talk. And actually, with your voice, I'm not even sure if it actually even reach him. Yeah, I don't even think your voice will actually reach him. It would be like a one-sided conversation, really.
Alright.
All right. So head back to the steps and
Do you wanna,
climb
like,
up
title
the
us
spiral.
off?
Climb up the
What's this?
spiral staircase. See who's talking to us.
Okay. As this is happening, Thomas, the course is just sort of taken off, like he got spooked and is just galloping up the road. What do you do?
Well, if it doesn't slow down after about 30 seconds, I'm gonna try to
Try to what? Sorry, you just cut out.
jump off.
All right, make a
Abandon
dexterity save.
I'm gonna. Can I use Tides of Chaos on something like?
Does it work on ability checks?
Let's see.
Oh, sorry, saving
Yeah,
throws.
yeah. One attack roll, ability check, or saving.
Okay. Alright, you managed to leap off the horse, sort of unbuckle yourself, and you just roll along the ground without injuring yourself. The horse takes off.
All right. Well, I'll sullenly start walking back from where.
As you look over, you just see this like a tube of cloud extending from this other cloud castle. Now you can see the top of the tower, sort of jutting up over the cloud, and at the bottom of the tower, there is just this massive platform of cloud as well. It sort of obscures the view from underneath, and you suddenly, Thomas, start to rise from the ground. You're being levitated upwards towards it.
Whoa. Damn, I'm convinced that it's just my magic gone astray again, so I'm not too worried.
Meanwhile, everyone else just sees Thomas flying up towards the castle, and this voice calls out again. Don't worry, I've got him, see? Come! I can make your journey much quicker. You guys ascend the steps.
Alright. Yeah, I'll climb up.
There is thousands of steps, so it takes you guys a little bit of a journey. And eventually, you reach the top of the steps to see tower resting atop a cloud that feels solid underfoot. And we'll take a 10-minute break now. Bio break. When we get back, see exactly who this is. Pulling up to you guys from this strange cloud tower.
It sounded like a giant, did he? Beard.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Okay, is everyone back?
Thomas is not back.
We're not gonna
Or
wait for
is
Thomas.
is back. I get
We're
this
not gonna
confused.
wait for Thomas.
Thomas wasn't with us anyway, remember?
Joke's on you. Thomas got the free ride up. You had to walk.
Yeah, no.
Alright. Is everyone back? I think we just lost Jukebox from the chat. Means he must have been AFK for a while. Alright.
Yeah, he might have fallen asleep.
So,
Don't talk for 10 minutes. You get.
alright, let's continue. So, as you guys ascend, Thomas, you're just basically levitated and just sort of placed down over here. You guys look up and you can see this massive alabaster tower topped with what looks like wizard's hat, multiple floors. You guys can all see that, right? The side view?
Yep.
Okay. As you make your way to the top of the stairs, floating down is an 18-foot tall giant. Has this windswept white hair, a wispy white beard, billowy purple robe adorned with golden stars. And he also just hovers down from one of these top windows, and he just sort of stops just at the foot of the tower. Ah! I have found you all at last! Welcome! Welcome to the Tower of Zephyros! I am Zephyros! I am so glad you have come here at last!
It's a nice tower.
Oh, thank you! I crafted it myself! Do you like the pointy hat?
Very much so. I've been wanting to get one.
Oh, I've been waiting for you for so long! I have been trying to find you for many weeks now, and I have found you all! Come inside! And he, just with his massive hand, he pushes this large door open. An open archway that leads to a vestibule. You can see this thin, translucent blue curtain flapping in the breeze, and there is a lot of wind gushing by you guys here. It's actually like freezing cold. And if it were not for the fact that you're surrounded by this solid cloud everywhere, you'd probably feel a little bit nervous about being blown over the edge. You can see through the translucent blue curtain, and Zephyros just starts walking inside. Come!
Oh? Let's see what this strange man has to say.
What choice do we have?
As you guys step inside a very large area here, 100-foot high hexagonal chamber contains a giant-sized wooden table and a stone chair in which Zephyros just floats down and sits on. You also see dangling from the ceiling by iron chains are 6 crystal spheres with these glowing lights illuminating a massive room brightly. And you can see a 20-foot wide hole in the soaring ceiling with no apparent way to get up there. Zephyros just has this huge smile on his face, like he's so happy to see you guys. Wide smile settles. Oh, I've been watching you for so long, but I do not know your names. I am Zephyros, of course. What are your names?
I am Than.
Roderick.
I am under giant friend.
Oh, giant friend. That's good, because I want to be your friend.
You know what that means?
Not that kind of.
I am Thomas.
Oh, Thomas. That is a strange name. You wear strange clothes, but I have seen stranger things before.
Thank you.
You've seen Stranger Things? I love that show.
I have been casting many spells to see why the ordering has been shattered.
The what?
The ordering. Do you not know what this is?
No.
I look at
No.
Ka.
Tell
You know
us.
what this is?
Why the ordering? It is the things that keep the giants in their places. It has been broken. That is why the giants have been unrested and are getting up to all sorts of mischief.
You're talking about the hill giants and the cloud giants alike?
All giants. All
But I
giants
thought the giants
must
were from this
respect
land.
the ordering.
What can we do to repair it?
The giants, yes. This is our land. In fact, we once owned all of this land in which your small folk now claim for your own. We used to call it Astoria, and our history has been lost through time.
So how do we fix this? What is it? Auditing? You
Yes, the ordering. You see,
Ordering.
every giant has their place in the ordering. It is a ranking system, where the storm giants are at the top, and the hill giants are at the bottom. And the other giants, well, they are in between. This keeps the giants in check. This defines us, a caste system imposed upon us by our gods. Anam, the All-Father. This determines where a giant stands from his or her ilk. Storm giants have always stood at the top, tall and powerful. They always keep the weaker giants in check and protect the small folk. Protect the giants from despoiling the realms which now belong to you. But the ordering, it has been broken. Now, the giants all think they can get to the top. Hill giants fattening themselves so they may rise to the top of the ordering. Frost giants overfishing the seas so that they may become the most vast hunters and they will get to the top of the ordering. Even my fellow cloud giants, they scour this land in search for ancient relics of Astoria. Do we believe knowledge is what makes us? This is causing many problems with you small folk. You have witnessed this, yeah?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yes.
We have, unfortunately.
And you are the ones to fix it? You are the ones, small folk.
What must be done?
I am not sure. But the gods I have convened with, they have led me to you, so that I may deliver you to your destination with Godspeed.
And what destination is that?
Wherever you want to go, of course! Your destiny is in your hands!
So you're like an Uber.
Can you take me to San Francisco?
I will try my very best, wherever you want to go now. I may be here for a while. I don't have anywhere for you to sleep. I didn't think that far ahead. But you can sleep here on the ground. You will not need your horses anymore, of course. Forget about them as well. Zephyros' tower can take you wherever you want.
And
Wow.
are you a storm giant? What's the difference between that and a cloud giant?
No. I am a cloud giant. We pride ourselves on our knowledge. History is everything to us, and the more knowledge we have, the more powerful we become. But storm giants, they are different.
Take us to Tribor at once.
They live in the seas. They pride themselves on being strong and big and tall leaders. Or the taller and bigger and stronger, well, the higher they rise in their ranks. Every giant has their own ideals. But there must be a problem with the storm giants. They have been dethroned from their place on top of the ordering. You will fix this, yeah?
And you're happy not being at the top of the ordering.
I guess I am outlier. I have never been one that wants to rise up and take the ordering for myself to the top of it. I have always believed in the small folk of this land. In fact, I may even hold you in higher regards than most giants. You don't try to fight for power. Well, not as a way of life, at least. I am convinced you can restore this ordering. You are the ones that were mentioned by the planet entities in which I have spoken to. I will transport you to one destination of your choice. This is what I have been told to do.
Then
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
One
You say you want to
destination,
go
you say.
to Tribal, I will take you there right now.
I
Come
thought
on.
you were here to travel us wherever we needed to go. I did not realize you were only taking us to one destination. So that changes things a little bit.
Yes, may we discuss?
Yes, please. You may sit yourselves here, but do not go anywhere else in my tower. You are not permitted there. I
Great,
will
now
leave you
look
to
around for doors.
speak. No doors. And he just stands here and then he levitates, rising 100 feet in the air, disappears into the hole in the ceiling.
Wow.
Well,
This
we
is
have
interesting.
the furthest place that we need to go is Icewind Dale.
Yeah, but if we go to Icewind Dale, then the furthest place we need to go is Golden Field.
True.
I think just picking what's the most important one, regardless of how far away it is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, personally, it will be Golden Fields.
Okay.
Dealing with the hill
Yeah.
giants. Or just meeting your people.
Yes.
More. Wait. No, that's in the past. Everything's just to let people know of people's death, right?
Yeah. We haven't really got more info about where the giants causing trouble are.
So, well, maybe he'll
Unless-
know where one of these are. So if we try to go to one of the places on the Save Faerun quest, try to go to maybe the hill giant one.
Yeah. Although, like, the storm giants aren't listed there. There's no storm giant listed there.
Cloud giant, fire giant, stone giant.
As you guys discuss this, you hear this loud snoring.
Has he fallen asleep already?
Maybe.
I suppose it was kind of late.
Maybe start with what might be the weakest giants, or hill giants are the weakest.
Hill giant.
Yeah,
I've already
I think it's almost
dealt with
listed
one of them.
from last to top.
Yeah.
But where do we have to go for this hill giant chief?
Maybe he knows. Or
Do
can
we know
help
the
us
name
find
of
it.
the hill giant chief? No.
As you guys discuss this, Roderick,
Yep.
you peer through the translucent blue curtain. You spot 9 very thin and lightly armored humans riding giant vultures. They burst through the clouds, and without more than a moment's notice, they land atop the cloud. They start dismounting.
Call out our host's name.
Zephyros. Zephyros.
Can we recognize these?
He's fucking
People?
snoring away.
Is their gear anything interesting?
They all wear some sort of face mask, different
Yeah.
sort of still helms that cover their eyes. Some of them resemble stylized birds' heads, and one of them looks very mage-like,
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
and he's equipped with a shoulder bag adorned with a smiling face. The vultures,
How many of them?
they sort of just start circling around as the humans dismount. The vultures start just sort of trailing around near the castle, and these guys, they move in very, very quickly. You try to call to wake Zephyros, but your tiny voice barely reaches him.
Tiny voice.
Yeah, this is like a 100-foot tall tower. Trying to call up. Place is enormous, and
Yeah.
they're you can't really tell like much features about them. Most of their faces are covered, and they enter the tower as the vultures stay outside, and one of them sort of runs in. We are here on behalf of Yansi Bin. Where is the cloud
shit.
giant belonging to this castle?
He is indisposed. Can we take a message?
What?
He is.
Where are you? Giant, come forth! Giant!
That's quite rude.
Don't talk
But
to us. We are not here for you. Giant, come out! Show yourselves!
What's your business with him?
That does not concern you.
I believe it may, since we're up in the castle with him.
Get the
Yeah.
giant down here now!
Just come back later.
I don't
That's
think
busy.
that's going to work. We need
Care
him.
what you think.
We have a gift for him.
What kind of gift?
It is a gift for him. You do not speak on his behalf. Where is the giant? Giant, come out! Where are you?
You have a gift for him and you don't know his name?
That is irrelevant. What matters if we have the gift for him, and he will aid us.
I think you mean him.
As you
Perhaps
guys look
we
up,
can give-
you see Zephyros's head just poking down from above the tower. They haven't noticed him. that though.
I try to sneak away in a way.
Can I try like insight or something to see if they're malicious or whatever?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Oh yeah,
You're not
probably
sure
hard with the masks, isn't it?
until what they say next sort of that sinks in.
Yep.
Do not keep Yancy Bin waiting. And you can make a religion check now, Roderick.
Who the fuck is Yancey?
You don't know much detail about this this being, but you're pretty sure it's like an elemental evil god.
All right. They're cultists.
Yes, they are cultists. And he yelled out again. Why are you keeping the giant from us? Do you oppose Yancy Ben?
We told you he is unable to come right now, so perhaps tell us what you need or give us the gift, and we can give it to him.
I have no
Those bad
concern
manners
in
more than
dealing with
anything else.
you. We are here for the giant. Now, get him out here.
Or else what?
And he starts to unsling this bag from his shoulder that has a smiling face on it. Or I'll unleash what is in my bag, and it will rip you apart.
I've seen more intimidating bags before.
I'd like
What
to have that
did you
bag
just
that's
say?
got a happy face on.
Oh, what's
That's,
inside is not happy.
Tell us more.
And I do not appreciate your comment.
Oh, now you're worried about man? Please.
Silence. It's obvious that you are keeping the giant from us. You will pay for your insolence. Prepare to die!
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow! All right then.
Okay, the snake's gonna save us.
Yeah, the snake doesn't go until I go.
Oh.
Alright, one of these cultists
Oh my god!
All of them before us.
he
They have-
runs in. Ah! And he gets here and he sort of claps his hands together. When he does, a massive explosion sort of cuts through this curtain, hitting you, Roderick. A force of energy slams into you. Make a Constitution save. It almost knocks you off your feet as you feel this tremendous force. It hits you for 9 thunder damage as you resist. Another cultist runs in. He brandishes in his hand a scimitar that has been sort of shaped to almost look like a wavy wisp of air. Ah! And he runs in. Ah! Weaving. And he just dashes like up to here. Another cultist runs in. Ah, for Yancy Bin! He too dashes up to Roderick. A robed figure stays near the back. And he traces this sigil in his hair, in his hand. And I'll give you a handout of what some of these cultists look like as well. Bit of artwork. Traces the sigil in the air, and suddenly, Roderick, you start to feel this invisible restraint wrap around you. Make a wisdom save. You resist. He tries to cast Whole Person on you. Another cultist runs forward, running into the tower. He begins to cast a spell. And he sends a lightning bolt straight in at Fan. Cast Witch Bolt. Due to cover, you're able to deflect that, and it sort of bounces off your shield wildly, sporadically, arcing away. The mage, the one that was doing the talking, he holds up his hands. And he sort of jumps to the side here and points his finger, and a lightning bolt just screeches along the ground, hitting Roderick and Ander. Both of you make dexterity save. The lightning bolt cuts across the floor here.
Nice.
Alright, Ander, you just very, very quickly tumble out of the way. Roderick, it hits you head on. And Roderick, you're hit for 32 lightning damage. Ander, you're hit for 16. There's a couple of arcs just still reverberating, shuddering this tower.
Actually, I'm going to use Absorb Element as my reaction.
Okay.
Reduce that even further.
Alright, you reduce it down to 8 points, and you hold up your blade, and the lightning is absorbed into it. Damn.
Dear God. I'm going to cast Bless on how many? I get 3 targets, right?
Yeah.
So myself, Ander, and Thomas. Yeah, us 3. Okay, and let me click on the spell. And I think that's almost all I can do. I'm gonna move up to here, and that's it. That's the end of my turn.
Ander.
Okay. 15. 20. Gonna go to the mage and going to attack him with the rapier. This bonus action. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the mage. So let's see here. Swing with the rapier.
That's a hit.
And the D6, I think I already roll as part of the Absorb Element spell.
Yes.
That was a 3.
Okay. Alright, you hit him for 12 points of damage as you sort of empower your blade with lightning, striking into him. His white robe gets scorched and he sort of stumbles back a little bit.
And Ka is going to stay over here and dodge.
Okay. This cultist, he starts to cast a spell, and he forms this, looks like a wind fan, that starts screeching around straight at you, Ander. Spiritual weapon. What? it whizzes over your head. And as he does that, he sort of tosses his dagger forward, like holding it in his hand. He sheaths you with a blanket of radiant energy. Make a dexterity save as well, Ander. Ander?
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's on me.
Yep. That's you.
Dexterity save, you said?
Yep, dexterity save. You're able to dodge out of the way, and the radiant energy just sort of wafts out on the ground. Moves in. A bit closer, ends his turn there. A cultist wielding a scimitar, brandishing it over his head, screams as he rushes in. He runs up to you and and he slashes. He misses, he swings straight over your head. Meanwhile, another cultist runs in, screaming, "For Yanti Ben!" And he rushes up, and he too attacks you, and slashing with his scimitar, you just tumble out of the way. Roderick.
So death and glory, or try to heal. I think death and glory. I will cast Shillelagh and then make some attacks on this guy. Yeah, the guy between us.
Ken is a miss as he brings up his scimitar and blocks your attack.
Yep. And then I'll try to ambush.
Alright, you thrust forward and hit him in the chest. You hear this loud crack, and he just his breath is taken out of him, and he hits the ground, shuddering.
Alright. That's all.
Thomas.
Okay, I'm gonna twin a chromatic orb at the two frontline cultists that are still in front. And I'll do fire.
Alright, you send a fire bolt over at this guy, I presume, and it hits him. It just cuts a hole straight through him and incinerates him.
Alright, and then the second one at the other guy in front.
A trail of smoke is just rising up from the puncture wound. And roll me a 1d100 for that one, Thomas.
God damn.
Alright, this just a massive flood of fire just completely imbukes him, immolates him, and he just gets like so intensely burnt. As the spell persists, he is just turned into ash. And what was it? Roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute. Okay. You're going to be rolling wild magic at every turn, as you just start to glow this like purple, pink, blue. Woo, woo. Your entire body is just glowing this strange color, and this cultist has turned into a pile of dust.
All right, well, I better stand back.
Nice shot. Nice shooting, Thomas.
Put one spell slot back, right? Because
You're not sure if Thomas is supposed to be doing that, but he's like glowing all these different colors. Alright, this get some different colors in there for Thomas. Wow, wow, wow.
Waka chicka wow wow.
Alright, this
Do you
hurricane.
see the power
cultist-
of our mage? Run, you fools. Save yourselves.
Yanti Bin grants us true power! And he runs forward here and claps his hands together. Lifeless bodies, chunks of meat go flying everywhere. Dan and Roderick, you hear a loud bang. Each of you need to make a con save. Roderick, I think it's just going to instantly knock you out.
Depends how much damage it does. Yeah.
You take 4 points of damage.
Yep.
And then you are knocked back 10 feet from that explosive force as you take 9 thunder damage. And the hurricane ends his turn there. These bodies are just like flung away as well. They're flying. Bits of ash just blanket the air. This cultist is going to run forward. You could have just given us the giant! And he's going to cast a spiritual weapon at Than. Another so it just looks like a wispy wave of air. It misses you, Than. As you block that attack with your shield, he quickly slings another spell, and Sacred Flame falls down on you. Make a dexterity save. You completely dodge it. Holding up that shield, it just rolls over it. He ends his turn there. The Howling Hatred Priest. He is going to run forward and going to cast a spell. He starts swirling his hands around in a circular motion, and as he does this, this twister of wind starts to form, and 60-foot, 10 by 60-foot funnel of wind just starts to explode from his hands. He casts Gust of Wind. And he's gonna he's gonna put it like over in this direction. So when you start your turn, then you have to make a strength saving throw. You get pushed 15 feet away, and then he can like move it on his turn. Does it up like that.
Is the snake affected?
Yes. He'll no, actually it's not in the way. Doesn't cover that square. And he just keeps on concentrating on it. Meanwhile, the Skyweaver throws his hand forward. A lightning bolt just leeches across the ground straight at Ander and Thomas. Each of you make a dexterity save. More crackling lightning burns the ground, leaving a line of fire as you can smell sulfur in the air. Your ears ring as the lightning crackles, and it just extends on, just streaking a burn mark in the ground, in the wooden table. This wicked sort of lightning arc pattern is burnt into it. Thomas, it slams into you for 29 lightning damage. And you just managed to make the saving throw. You take 14 points. Feel the awesome power of Yancy Ben.
Yeah, that one shot me.
He ends his turn there. Dan, make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Oh yeah, got like +0.
Alright, you manage to resist, so you don't get pushed back. If you try to move through this gust of wind, it costs you double movement. Try to move against it.
Okay. So I can move. Could I move in this direction?
Yeah, you'll be just stepping out of it there.
Okay. I'll do that, and I will come down and I will heal Roderick. I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level So you gain 20 hit points.
20. Wow.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the numbers.
Oh yeah, you're a Grave Cleric.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I will then so I've moved 15. So I have another 15, 20 feet. So I'll move back towards Thomas. And then question. Oh, never mind. End of turn.
And
Okay. I am going to swing at the mage with the rapier. Oh shit.
you it's a direct hit. However, this windy eminence starts to form around him and it just throws your rapier off, and your attack misses.
Oh. Okay.
Almost like rips the rapier out of your hand. Sudden, just windy force sheaths him, protects him, and he
Right.
starts
So
to reach in to his bag now. Alright, this cultist is going to attack you with his spiritual weapon again, Ander. Actually, first of all, he's going to cast a spell on you. Make a wisdom save. He's going to do hold person. Alright, you resist. And then he does a spiritual weapon. As you do feel yourself start to get sort of seized up. You break free of it. A spiritual weapon flies in. Whizzes by your head as you dodge it. He runs up some more. Meanwhile, this cultist attacks you, Anders. Slashes. And just ducking under their legs. Dodging many attacks. And Roderick. Make a strength save.
Right.
You resist, and you're not pushed back.
Right. I suppose I'll stand up to begin with.
Yeah, it costs you 10 feet to get up.
10 feet. Which one? I'll chuck a... Yeah, I think on the left. I'll chuck a Hunter's Mark onto him. And then smack him with Schley. Or not.
He uses his scimitar to block your attack, and you hear a loud clang as the weapons collide.
That is all.
Thomas, roll me a D100 and a death save.
Oh.
Alright, you regain all expended sorcery points.
Oh, that's cool.
And you make the save.
Thank God for.
You lay there, this massive table looming over you, sort of slipping in and out of consciousness. All these bright colors hovering away from you. The hurricane is going to step forward. Back! Slams his hands together again. Roderick, another Constitution save for you.
That one's a bit better.
And you hear a loud bang as you take 5 thunder damage. You feel this tremendous force just explode next to you. At the same time, this cult fanatic, he is going to cast hold person on you, Roderick. Make a wisdom save. Traces the sigil in the air. And you lose the battle of wills. Become paralyzed. and Hunter's Mark will drop. Grabs onto your arm, Roderick. Feel the power. Bianti Ben. And as he does this, spiritual weapon tries to hit you. But bounces off your beard. He just stays
Off
there,
the beard, yeah.
clinging onto your hand. You try to
That's
speak,
weird.
but nothing happens. You just can't even vocalize anything. Just completely frozen. The priest, he is going to just try and grab you, Anders. Come here, you little cretin. And lightning bursts out of his hands. He grabs you. Take 11 lightning damage.
Hold on. Okay, can I use that on spells as well? Second chance.
Use an attack roll. Yes, you can force him to re-roll.
Alright, I'm gonna use my reaction to force him.
Okay. And he's going to re-roll. He'll hit you
For 3.
for 11 lightning damage.
Oh, it's 11.
He doesn't re-roll the damage, it's only the attack roll.
Oh.
It's only the damage does not get re-rolled. He grabs you and just shocks you, stunning you, knocking away your concentration. Your Hunter's Mark drops. You've already lost your reaction. And then he's going to push on through. And he's going to run. Yeah. He opens his bag and nothing happens, but he keeps on smiling. Better to meet your doom. And that's his turn. Dan.
I will go up to Thomas and cast another healing spell. Cure wounds at first level. You get 12.
Thank you.
And
What happened to your concentration marker there? And
I'm sorry.
your concentration marker, it disappeared somehow. Yeah, you didn't lose concentration, right?
I did.
You did.
I don't know.
I think you did. Yeah, you did a while ago. The glass should be down.
Okay, and then I will. Let's see here. I think that's all I can do. I'll move over to. Let me just hold on a sec here. Let me just do a measurement. Yeah, I'll move down a few feet. Maybe about to here. Yeah, about there, and then end my turn.
Alright, they point at you. They have a healer! Take down their healer!
I put my cloak on and my hood over my face. So they
And
don't see me.
Okay, time for games is over, guys. Ka! Buy him.
says,
And I'm gonna get over here, squeeze over here, like through this path. Sorry. Gonna go through here, 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 squeezing, and bite that one.
this guy.
Yeah.
Alright, it chomps onto him. And he's like bitten onto his neck. He screams, ah, ah, ah! And the snake is just flicking around everywhere. He resists the poison. He takes 14 points of damage as he grabs your danger noodle and throws it onto the ground. Immediately, he loses concentration on the spell, and Roderick is no longer paralyzed.
Job, Ka.
Before this cultist's turn, something happens. And Than, you feel this wind. Sharp wind whizzing by you one direction, whizzing by you another direction. Look around to try and detect it. You see nothing. And then suddenly something grabs you by the neck and picks you up, starts crushing you. Take 14 bludgeoning damage. And there is an invisible creature choking you to death. It lifts you up 2 feet off the ground. You cannot see anything.
Oh boy. I don't think that's good.
Dan?
Probably not a good sign.
And it keeps on crushing. It makes a second attack on you. And because it is invisible, it has advantage. But you resist. And you just sort of hit it with a shield, and it sort of drops you just where you are. Meanwhile, this cultist is going to run forward at you, and he's going to command his spiritual weapon to attack you. It misses, and then he tries to grab you on the arm, and he unleashes negative energy, but it just quickly slips your hand out of his grip, or it unleashes. Black wispy air just subsides in his hand. You're dodging lots of attacks there, Ander. As that happens, another cultist
Don't
swings
jinx
at
it,
you.
come on!
You duck under that attack, and we're up to Roderick. Alright, this guy still has concentration. So Roderick, make a strength save at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Still got this funnel of wind just churning out from him there. You don't budge.
Not this time. Let's see if I can finish that dude off. I should probably, I'll check another hunter's mark on him. Start again. Then smack him.
Alright, you just impale him. You drive the quarterstaff up into his chest and lift him up off the ground. The back of the quarterstaff is like 2 feet out of his back, like almost up to your hand, and you pull it out, blood and entrails just splatter out onto the ground.
Another one down.
Thomas, you know what to do. You're glowing all sorts of crazy colors.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Please be good.
Roll me a d6. Alright, suddenly 5 creatures appear around you. They look like little floating jellyfish. They have little eye stalks and tiny little tentacles. They hover in the air. They surround you, Thomas. And they look at you. They make this curious little sound. And then they all start opening their mouths. And they start screaming as they all become frightened of you. And they start like trying to hover away from you as quick as they can. Like some ET
Alright.
shit.
Alright,
And I'm gonna
see
roll
what
them
the-
into initiative.
What the fuck? I'll use half my movement to stand. I really want to go defensive, but I think we need to burn. So I'm gonna twin chromatic orb. This time I'm gonna do the guy that's concentrating on the and the guy with the happy face. Do fire again.
That hits him. Fire erupts as it impacts him. Ah! It knocks out his concentration and he's sort of thrown back.
Awesome. And then I'll use Tides of Chaos on the second attack.
That hits him. Another blossom of flame slams into the Skyweaver and White Robes are scorched some more.
Can I still quicken a cantrip, or can I not do more than one
Yep,
meta magic?
you
on
can,
my turn? I can.
Yeah, you can do more than one meta magic, just not on the same spell.
Oh, okay. Then I'll quicken a firebolt at Happy Face.
It's a crit, and another 10 points of fire damage. You just sling these powerful bolts of fire. Black smoke is erupting in the air, and through the haze, they're all coughing. The flumps are just screaming at you.
Get up from around them.
Alright, this hurricane just looks around. What is this nonsense? And he's going to position himself. He's not going to move, actually. He is going to just grab Roderick and try to headbutt him. Ah! And that misses, and then he like sort of jumps around and does a spinning double back kick. Ha 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 ha! And hits you twice for a total of 9 bludgeoning damage.
With a 19
Yes.
against my AC 20.
Oh,
Thank God we bought your armor.
Yep, that armor. It's made the difference now.
alright. That ends his turn.
$200 gold for 9 health worth.
Well, at this point, I think that might make the difference.
This priest just chuckles. Ha 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 ha. Your god cannot protect you. Feel the mighty power of Yansi Bin, as he points at you, Than. You are destined to die now. And you!
I welcome death.
What are these creatures you have summoned? They'll not help you. He skirts around here. Get back here!
They're your death.
He's going to take a look here. He's just going to cast a Witch Bolt at you, Thomas. Streak of lightning leeches from his hand. And it just hits the post of this table. Creates another wicked scorch mark up it.
I flip them off.
Skyweaver chuckles. Oh. Now I have unleashed the stalker. It will not stop till it kills its prey. And you noisome little cretin. Stay still! And he's going to cast another lightning bolt.
Oh my god.
It
Me.
just- Yeah, at you. You're the little cretin. And this lightning just starts to like leap over itself. Arcs just form. And it hits you for 34 lightning damage. And it hits two of these flumps and they just pop. They scream. They just popped by the lightning bolt as well. He then just climbs over you and enters the tower. Dan.
Question: can I do a cantrip and a bonus action healing spell?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shit, 1 second. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna cast whatchamacallit, like Toll of Dead on the dude on the on this guy here that just did the lightning bolt.
Okay. Grabs the side of his head, shrieks as he sort of tosses. Ah! And as he looks up, black veins screech across his cheeks and his neck. And he looks like deathly ill. Still standing.
Right, and then I will cast healing word on Ander. So you get 8 healing.
Awesome.
And I will stand my ground. I don't have a choice. I think I'm going
You
down.
can do it.
Okay, I'm going to
And-
stand up, and Ka seeing me fall down there for a second because of this guy. She's actually automatically, I don't even have to tell her anything. But I went to a frenzy. Get over here. I'm by him.
Pa says, that means yes in snake.
Damn.
Out of nowhere, the snake like leaps through the air and just tackles the Skyweaver to the ground, and he just chokes as the snake just quickly wraps around him. You hear just bones snapping, and the Skyweaver is just this weird twisted pile of broken limbs, and the snake is just attached to his face.
And that was how many feet of movement? Well, no, I'm gonna stay there.
Lumps. They just make this weird screeching sound. And they
Fuck those things, man.
They just fly over to the corner here. And they're done. Meanwhile, Dan, you have trouble keeping track of exactly where this thing is. Almost as if it taunts you.
I
Whooshes
smile.
by you. Feel your hair move in the breeze.
I think of doves.
Under your legs. Down your pants. It's everywhere.
I'm free.
We didn't even have to pay for that.
And suddenly it just trips you up from underneath you, grabbing your leg. Your whole body is just sort of flung and slammed onto the ground. You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy.
Quickly, very, very quickly, just gushes over to Car and makes a slam attack on Car at advantage. It grabs Car and it starts swinging him around like a helicopter. Helicopter blade. And bashes him for 9 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch, that hurt.
Actually, Car has line sight, right? Okay. So, in
Does
fact,
she?
it's gonna miss. He does.
Nice.
So, well, yeah, invisibility is not gonna matter for her. So, I guess nothing happens to Invisible Stalker. You cannot grab her. The Invisible Stalker is just trying to, like, rip her off of the Skyweaver's face. It cannot. And it ends its turn there. The flumps look on in horror. This This robed figure here looks at you, Ander, and the snake. What? What have you done? And it reaches down into the bag and he just pulls out this powder. He throws it in the air. And he turns invisible. He vanishes. Yes. This pixie dust really is something. You'll never tell where I am. And he keeps like chuckling maniacally, and you can just clearly.
That's not good. I'll take a bite.
Sure. You just like clearly hear where he is as well because he's just laughing. And the snake misses.
Guess I miss it. And can I take a swing at disadvantage as well?
Nope, because you can't see him.
Right.
And he ends his turn there. You'll never find me now. This cultist is gonna move forward and swing at Ka. Slimy creature. Yes. Roderick.
Yes. Alright, I'll move my hunter mark over to that one. And then smack him with
You just hear a loud crack as you just break his neck instantly.
Nice. Yeah, so
Almost. Roll me a D100. Okay. 15. That's the regeneration. For the next minute,
sweet.
you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns. Your wounds start to heal.
This starting this turn.
Yes. Starting this turn.
Well, that's exciting. That means I don't. I was going to cast mirror image, but I'm not going to. I'll twin another. This time at the priest and. Oh, and I re-rolled, so I get my tides. I get that tides back every time I roll on the.
Yep. You're going to get that back every round. For the next 7 rounds.
All right, then I'll do the normal one at the priest and the tides at the invisible guy to make that.
Okay. He's able to dodge that. He swiftly jumps to the side as this funnel of fire whooshes past him. But you hit the invisible stalker.
Not the stalker, the invisible fanatic guy or whatever.
It just, as he's chuckling, he's just incinerated, and you just see a pile of ash just collapse to the ground where he was.
I say, haha.
The flumps look at you. All 6 ice stalks scream.
Yeah, you should be scared.
And they
I
just
jump up.
keep bouncing against the wall, trying to get as far away from you as possible.
Jump up on this chair, so I'm back.
The chair is like way too big. You'd have to like climb up.
Okay, I just more wanted to be back, so I'm more than.
You can be under the chair.
No, that's good. So we'll tip up. No, I'll save the last one. I'm done.
Alright, this hurricane, he sort of scowls at you all. Oh. You could have just shown us the giant. We just wanted to give him a gift.
Yeah, nothing good, I bet.
And urge him to help Yancipin return the world to its primordial state, as it was at the dawn of history. We're not really sure how to do this, so we're gonna ask him. But now we're gonna ask him through your dead bodies. And he starts doing this like E-Honda style like punch at Roderick. And it just clangs against your shield there, Roderick.
Yep.
And he keeps doing it at the snake. He just punches the snake in the face for 5 bludgeoning damage. Die, snake! Hooks the snake straight over the face. This priest approaches you, Thomas. Think you can hide? I've got you. He runs up and he tries to grab you with a shocking grasp. But the lightning just disperses midair. Dan, make a death saving throw.
I will roll a natural 20. Or not.
That's a good idea.
And is unconscious on the ground, blood pooling at the base of him. And
Okay, so the snake is. I'm gonna command the snake to attack the invisible creature. 16.
it hits, and you just see the snake just bite air. Basically, you're not sure like how badly this thing is damaged. You do see the poison just sort of wisp away, and got no idea like how strong this thing is. If the poison does anything to it, how to stop it, or even what it is really. Things like the air is attacking you.
But the 10 damage is piercing.
Yes.
Okay. So that one hit him, right? That one did damage.
It hit.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't have any physical like sort of indicator of like how effective that was.
Okay.
It's you're not looking at anything. You're just seeing like the snake attack air.
Right. So I'm gonna step over here. Sure.
The flumps freak out, and they just hold each other tight and like look at you, Thomas, wrapping their eye stalks around one another. The invisible stalker attacks Car. Slam attack. Grabs him. Lands him onto the ground. 6 bludgeoning damage. Has the snake by the tail. It picks him up. And it tries to grab him again, but he slithers out of reach. Thing is deadly. Roderick.
We're killing that dude. I'll move the hunter's mark over to him. Because that guy is dead, isn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
There's just him, the stalker, and the priest left.
Yeah, and the priest is way in there. Yep. Ooh.
Are you
That's
just clang him on his steel helm? Miles as it bounces off and does nothing. Thomas.
This guy probably has too many hit points. We're gonna try it anyway. Cast a 2nd level sleep in an area that just hits him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a 2nd level.
Even if you get an extra D8, not enough. Looks at you. Oh, did you roll a D100?
Oh no,
And you also regain 5 hit points too. Make
Never a
a
good sign when he
wisdom.
laughs.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that can't be good.
Against your own spell save DC.
Uh-oh.
Just 14.
Alright, you cast polymorph on yourself. Attempting to turn yourself into a sheep. But you resist.
Oh, that would have blown.
And then when you cast a sleep spell, the priest smirks at you. Was that meant to do something?
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't. Even if it's quickened, I can't cast another leveled spell.
No.
And
Alright, at the start of this round, you hear a voice call out, and it's Zephyroth's. Stop this! Stop this at once! And they look up. Oh, there he is! There's the giant. Just wait one moment! And the hurricane just tries to grab Roderick and headbutt him. Headbutts you with his steel helmet for 7 bludgeoning damage. And then he tries to like knee you as well. But the attack falls short. And he knocks the concentration out of you as well. Hurricane ends his turn there. And Zephyros, he levitates down, coming in from the hole in the ceiling. He just hovers and touches the ground. Stop this! I don't know who you people are, but I do not care about your god. Whatever you came here to find, it is not here. Leave this place. Know that you will not find any praise from me here. He casts Mass Suggestion.
Whoa.
And first, the Stalker makes a Wisdom save. Then the Hurricane makes a Wisdom save. Finally, the Priest makes a Wisdom save. We will not find what we wanted here. Yes. There is nothing here for us. We must go now. It was pointless coming here. And they all just start to leave. The Flumps look on in horror and scream. Zephyros drops to the ground. A few remaining cultists jump on vultures, and the fleet of vultures and 2 cultists take off skyward.
do we think the stalker's gone?
Yeah. Zephyros looks down. Your friend is hurt. You must help him.
I will try a medicine check to stabilize him. That's the best I can do right now.
And these ones. Shoo! Shoo! And he just starts hitting the flumps with his staff. Just like bats them out of the way.
I'm gonna cast Good Berry and give 1 to Sun.
and you open your eyes to find the cultists have gone. Thomas, roll me a D100.
Oh boy. Am I too close?
You die within the next minute. You immediately come back to life, as if by the reincarnate spell.
Oh, sweet. So if I want to be another race, just jump out of the tower.
Are you still? This is still going to persist for the next 30 seconds. Roll me one more. Alright, you're still glowing all these strange colors. Suddenly, three other Thomases appear as you cast a mirror image on yourself. Is he meant to be doing that? And Thomas, you're just like out of control. Glowing beams of energy just shooting out of your face. All different
He
colors.
just needs to get out of his system. He'll be
Look,
all
I
right.
got it.
Roll another one.
You got the shit under control over there, Thomas?
Alright, you regain 2d10 hit points.
Sweet.
All the positive is after the combat is over.
No, I got the regen earlier.
You're still going like crazy, and all this energy is just surging off. I think we should stand back! Now I know why the creatures are terrified of him!
That's a good idea.
Watch the chair! Thomas, roll another one. Still got two more left. Alright. More flumps appear. Flumps just appear out of nowhere and start flying around screaming from you. And roll one more. And finally, it's not even going to end. Now make a wisdom save against your own spell save DC.
Oh,
There was a 6 in there as well.
You
I noticed
resist.
that was for the flump.
The flumps. 6 flumps.
You resist. The flumps disappear shortly after, and you finally calm down.
Sorry, guys. That was intense. Woo!
Is he sick or something?
I got it. I told you I got this.
Oh, I apologize for not helping earlier. I wasn't sure if I should get involved.
Well, we were glad to see.
I wanted to see how you could fight, and it looks like you can handle yourself. I didn't quite catch the reason they were here. When I woke up, theirs was fighting. What did they want?
You're a very heavy sleeper.
They want you to help them bring Yancey Bede back to this plane, to take over the plane of existence, they said.
Auntie Bin, I don't want to have anything to do with any evil prince of air.
That's
I'm
a good.
glad they have left.
We're glad to hear that. Can we search the bodies that were left over?
Yeah, that happy face bag looks pretty cool.
Sure. Zephyros also inquires, what was this gift that I heard they were going to give me?
I don't know. Perhaps the ones that got away took the gift with them.
I'm gonna check the wizard.
It was this one that was talking about the gift, no?
Yes.
Yep.
Points to the Skyweaver. You guys search their bodies, like line them up here, and there are 6 scimitars that are in good condition. There are 4 daggers. They all hold these unholy symbols, evil symbols, elemental air. And the Skyweaver has this bag with the happy face on it. Inside there is this pouch that's sort of been opened with a little bit of this multicolored, like rainbow colored dust inside of it. And as you guys are searching it, Zephyros just like takes a liberty of reaching down, picks up this tiny little pouch, like not even the size of his nail on his pinky finger in comparison to this 18-foot tall giant. He easily just steps over you all. Is this what they wanted to gift me? Some funny powder?
Could be. They didn't say what it was that they were gifting, but
Oh, I don't
they wouldn't-
think I want their gift. I think you could use it. Whatever this funny dust is, you could get more use from it.
Thank you.
And what is it?
I'm not sure. But before I make a decision, actually, I must commune. I must speak to Anam, the god, and see if it is a wise decision to keep it. Yes. Perhaps it is intended for me to help you. But the bag, you should take it. You do know what it is, right?
It's a happy face bag.
Oh yes, very happy. It makes you happy because it is light. It is a bag of holding.
Oh.
Or it could be a bag of devouring.
Always get those two confused too.
Just make sure you do not put it in another extra-dimensional space or before you know it, you'll be off fighting Githyanki.
No, thank you. Whatever those are.
I'm guessing the bag is actually going to go to Norin. Because he's the one that does the party
yeah, with the
loot.
party loot.
Yeah, but for now,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
you guys sling it to Dan. Well, I must go and commune now. Are you okay here?
Yes,
yeah,
we
should
need
be
to.
fine.
We
I'm
need
going
to rest.
to cast the contact other plane spell. That is what I use to
Take your time.
speak to my gods. Okay, I'll be in my room, and remember, no snooping around. Stay here. I will be back. Sort of cast levitate on himself. Hovitates. He hovitates up.
I'm gonna
And
lay down against the wall.
you hear him like chanting.
Are we taking like a long rest, or what are we doing?
I have no idea what time it is.
It's like midday roundabouts. Or you just hear some like chanting and some Mestos Rista Rosto Mosto Barista Mesto Losta, and then you just hear this
Again?
snoring like a minute later.
I guess we'll just hang out here and wait for him. Huh?
And anyone proficient with magic, spellcaster or arcana, can make an arcana check to see if you know like the details of what this spell does. Or you've heard of it. Alright, Thomas. That's good. No one else has. So you think that if he has like failed the an intelligence sort of contest here, it's going to be in like a catatonic state for the next day.
Right.
And there's like Than, as you stand there, you're like, water starts splashing down from above.
Ew.
Quote unquote water. Is it yellow?
I jump away.
It's sort of slimy and smells bad.
I get the fuck out.
And it's just a stream of this water keeps on splashing down, pooling here.
Hmm.
I got pissed on by a giant. It's the worst
It's
day
not
ever.
yellow. You think
Space survivor.
it's drool.
Oh,
She didn't get pissed on. Oh, you did, kind of.
that's not so bad.
All right, we've no way to get down from this cloud castle and Zephyros in a catatonic state for the next day. What do you guys want to do?
I say we snoop around a little bit.
Well,
Yep. I mean, that's all we've got to do.
I'm gonna start searching for any kind of secret doors or things of that nature.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna guidance myself if that's possible.
It is possible. All right, you look around and you don't see any secret doors. The only way up into the second floor is by flying, apparently. And what you do here, though, is some sort of squawking from far up in the Eyrie.
well, that's eerie.
Sounds like
Squawking?
an airy. Some sort of, squawking like bird creatures. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Well, I can cast Speak with the Animals as a ritual.
Alright, as you
We're
guys
here to have some time.
mill about and you hear this squawking, suddenly the griffins that belong to this squawking, you see one of them sort of fly down through the clouds. This majestic giant eagle like beast with a huge wingspan, and it glides down in a very hurried manner, and the rangers of the group can make nature checks to see what would be driving these griffins to fly down so suddenly and aggressively.
We're not very good rangers.
Fail.
Nope.
Is anyone else proficient in nature? Not very naturey rangers. Okay. You guys are not sure why the griffins are so eager to fly down until they fly back up about 10 minutes later, and one of them has dangling in its beak one of your horses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, we said we're not going to need him anymore.
And it just flies back up to the Eyrie with a dead horse in its claws.
I don't know anything about pet griffins, but hopefully they don't get mad if they see us snooping around. Or see you snooping around.
You guys can identify this dust as well. It's pixie dust.
Oh yeah.
So, basically, it does like a random thing. There are 9 pinches left. Yep, 9 pinches of pixie dust. So, 1 pinch of it can actually substitute for the material components of any enchantment spell of 3rd level or lower. Also, if you sprinkle it on a creature, it can have a random effect. They can gain a flying speed. They can fall asleep. They can become confused. Or they can become invisible. Give you a handout for it.
So it's like 50-50 whether it's good.
So there's 9 pinches of that left.
Oh, most likely fly. Cool.
Yep, good chance of flying with it. Who wants to take that? Jared.
If no one wants it, Thomas will take it. He's kind of digging the randomness.
Okay. For some reason I can't.
Unless someone else wants it. Because if someone else wants it, that's fine.
I would only want it for the uses of the components.
Oh, well then take it. If you've got spells that
Well, you can always
or
share it.
enchantment spells.
Well,
What's that?
That's for enchantment spells of.
Yeah.
of-
Enchantment spells. I don't know if clerics get many enchantment spells.
Oh, enchantment spells. No, sorry. I thought it was any spell of third level. So I don't think I have any enchantment spells. There's no.
Well, anyone can use that dust, and there's 9 inches of it, so you can share it around, use it how you want to use it. Alright, and then you guys find that there's not a whole lot to snoop here unless you were to go up into the 2nd or 3rd level. You guys want to continue snooping or rest up?
We can just mess around with pixie dust until we get to fly.
I definitely think that we should take an at least short rest, or are we? Like, if we're planning on doing a long rest, then that's fine.
I think a long rest, since we had to wait for the giant to wake up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
There might be good stuff to find, and I'm kind of torn because I also don't want to alienate who's probably our most powerful benefactor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
do
by the way,
rest.
are you guys doing experience or
Milestone.
No.
milestone? Got it.
Alrighty. Alright, there's just a place to lay out your bedrolls, so everyone lay them out. And guess what? We have. You click your token, you'll see a long rest macro.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Click your token and click that button, and you'll long rest.
that's funny. After last Friday, I built one.
It'll tell you what you get as well. It'll even like replenish arrows for some reason. To replenish a resource.
Does it know how many arrows it was meant to start with, though? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, because you tell it what the max is.
Oops.
Yeah. It's gone to blank.
Where's the long rest macro?
Click your token and then click the long rest up the top left-hand corner. Token action.
Cool.
So it'll tell you everything it fills up. Hit points, spell slots, eyes of the grave. Crossbow bolts for some reason. Maybe I'll fix that up, but I mean, don't worry about tracking ammo too much anyway. In this campaign, you get tons. You'll be able to always restock. So as you guys rest up here, you may want to think about where you want Sephiroth to take you. This will take you to one location. Maybe
Polar would have loved that macro.
Yeah.
Gets like 5,000 arrows every time.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, hopefully he knows, or does anybody know anything about where hill giants gather? Or are?
He might have some input on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But is
It's
that what
possible.
we think we want to do? Is try to tackle the hill giant part of the quest first,
Yep.
unless we get a clue to something else in the meantime.
All right, the next you guys have a think about it, and you think to ask him. So in the morning, he comes down, and he looks down on the ground. What is this puddle? Was it raining last night?
I think it's giant saliva.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was communing and I got a little bit befuddled.
Happens to the best of us.
Excuse me,
Yes.
one moment. These bodies, they do not need to be here. And he casts a gust of wind and just like blows them off the castle. That is better. I thought my guests would have at least cleaned up a little bit. Made yourselves useful while you were staying. Did you have a nice sleep?
It was very refreshing.
Okay. So, where do you want me to take you?
We're hoping you might have some idea of where these hill giants might be. And actually, if you guys don't mind,
Have you heard of a hill giant
share the Morak prophecies.
that is performing rituals that transforms people into pigs?
What?
Have you heard this rumor?
No. Hill giants. They do not use magic. They are fat and small and stupid.
There is a hill giant chief with a magical headband and is performing rituals.
Or do you know
What?
anybody named Igaron?
What? I
You
do
know a
not
cloud giant named Igaron?
Yes. I know of Aegoron. How do you know Aegoron?
Igaron gave prophecies to someone we met. And they share that save Frey favor and all.
This is concerning, but you must be warned. Not all cloud giants are as friendly as me. Some are nice, but others, like Aegoron's father, or Countess Sansori, they are evil. They will not like your kind. They find you, they may want to crush you.
Well, that's not
But
good.
don't worry. I am Zephyros, and I am the friendly cloud giant, friend to the small folk, yeah? But I do not
You have been
know
quite
where the
hospitable.
hill giants live. In the hills somewhere down below. My business is in the sky. But I do know one thing. Your destination is your fate. Wherever fate is leading you, that will be your destiny.
Well, that's
Yeah.
very profound.
But wherever you want to
should
go,
write-
you
you
tell
should
me
write
I
fortune
take you.
cookie.
Maybe we just go to Tribor.
You want to go to the tribe, oh yeah? I
Well,
can do
it-
this.
I think it'd be better if we start closer, just because hill giants are more likely to be in this zone than the far north, right?
Do you guys want to put it to a vote? Like everybody picks their preference.
Sure.
Sounds like
You tell me, I take you
Sounds
anywhere.
like democracy.
Best mode of travel in all of the land.
see, Tribor's not that far. It's just it's like the next destination, really.
Oh, it is a fair way. Because it's like 2 days to Golden Fields.
Well, it ain't friggin' Bryn Chandler or whatever. Which is way the hell up there. But now we have no horses, so
What happened to the
Yeah.
horses?
your griffins got hungry.
Oh, they are very naughty, yeah?
Yes, yes, very, very naughty. Very naughty.
Oh, they need to eat. Don't worry, you don't need horses anymore. Me take you where you want to go.
Gauntlgreen. Cool.
Well, I heard there's a lost mine in near Phandalin. We could go there.
What?
Wherever you want to go.
Alright.
I have no
Let's
idea.
hope.
Let's just pick one. Thomas, you need to go talk to Myros. Let's do it.
Alright, Golden Fields.
I prefer Goldfield. You guys choose.
Then it's done.
Yeah, Golden Fields.
Golden
Let's
Field.
do.
Please take us 30 feet to the east. At once.
Wherever you want to go. It's good, yeah? And
Yes. 30 paces to the east, please.
Wait,
Thank
is this a one-time thing?
you. Yes. It's a one-time thing.
It literally travels for like 20 minutes. That is good. That is where you want to go. But
One of the places.
as you guys go to disembark, you can see this walled settlement hovering below you through the clouds. A huge silver dragon glides through, parting the clouds, approaching quickly. As it flies closer, you see a number of
That's our
armored
next ride.
dwarves latched in its talons. There are